The journey aboard the Ashen Crown started with hope for a song, only to take a dark turn when Svetlana met Virek's Ashman. She suspects something is amiss when Svetlana asks him about those who are Scorchborn, and notices the burn marks moving up his neck. Svetlana left, though, while Toko sought out a fishing rod. He paired up with Jed, and Toko jumped right into casting his large rod right into the water. Sal decided to go tongue fishing with the assistance of Svetlana, but Toko, surprising nobody, had the biggest rod. Larger than his leg, bigger than Sal. No one has ever seen a seaman pump a large rod so hard. I was trying so hard not to laugh. I had it till the end.
Too bad.
All right. I was really proud of that. I just want to say for the future.
That was incredible. That was very good.
The crew cheered on Toko, and it seemed as though they were quickly accepted as not just guests, but also friends on the ship. Then, traveling below deck, they brought the fish to be gutted and properly cleaned while they were getting ready to lay down for the night. As everyone settled in, Bogha put on a disguise, unbeknownst to the rest of the group, to sneak around as if a worker on the ship. While everyone else settled in for the rest of the night, and it went without interruption until Svetlana was awoken with a fiery nightmare. Meanwhile, Bogha saw a flash in a stairwell and went to investigate. She saw someone go into the storage room and was barely able to hide out as they left. Upon further inspection, she found a note that read, "She spared me with the light. She lit the flame. I am the torch now." And under the note was a twisted sun symbol we saw in Kraken's harbor. Bogha broke the symbol, returned it, and then returned to his sleeping companions in the hold, where we are going to return to our adventure. So the sun is starting to rise in the distance while Bogha is walking down the hallway, no longer in disguise. Sal stands watch next to Svetlana as the morning sun rises, continuing to offer comfort with the remnants of the nightmare still lingering in her mind. You lit the flame yourself, devotee of Kor. And then, as Bogha is going down the quarters, right, we look at our map for everyone's reference here on Roll20. You're going to see that a door opens and a crew person kind of just like comes out yawning, like stretching a little bit, looks over, sees Bogha down the hallway, says, "Good day, Rivet friend. What were you doing about prowling the ship at night?"
So we are all still currently in the room, and did we take a long rest?
We did, and so just for a point of order, I was going to introduce with this little scene here, and then we can kind of go through all those other things, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
If we want to make sure we do a long rest beforehand, that's fine too. I was just like, let's throw right into a little action and just see what happens.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'll roll through it again. So as the sun is starting to rise in the distance, and Bogha is now walking back down the hallway, no longer in disguise, going to see his or her companions down in the sleeping area of the ship. And a door opens as Bogha is walking down the hallway on this crew level, and a seaman turns towards Bogha, saying, "Good day, Rivet friend. What were you doing prowling about the ship at night?"
I was looking to pee. My apologies, I got lost.
I'll tell you, that must have been a long... good day. Well, did you find the privy? Did you make out okay? I'll say it is a large ship. I know it's tough to navigate for everyone else.
I think so. It was
excellent.
Yeah, very fresh.
As I see that happens, you see the seaman kind of go like doom 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 doom, knock on one of the doors and be like, "Hey, say it's time to get up for the morning rounds. I'm gonna go grab a bite." And then you hear somebody like, "I had too many last night," and the seaman, that had greeted Bogha, just kind of walks off, casual, indifferent, and says, "All right, well, there's breakfast being made up above, and I'm gonna get to my day's duties. Have a good day." And then you see them, roll off up the stairs.
Bogha's just sitting there croaking.
Did we hear in like with the knocking, I assume that was pretty loud, and I assume everybody on the boat would have probably heard that, right? Like, or like everybody nearby. I assume that would also wake us up if we weren't awake.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it was not, this person's not worried about that. They got stuff to do. They're like the giant ship. There's many things, and yeah, so you would have heard the knocking. Probably would have heard some of the talking, maybe not, all the details, but
okay. I assume Sal would probably be the first one out of bed. Sal very much feels like a morning person, so he would like just immediately hop out of bed and be like, "What a good night's sleep, everybody! Am I right?" And then look around and see that no one else is up.
So you're saying he's used to sallying forth first?
So will we take care of our long rest actions now?
Yes. So right now, I mean, so obviously, Bogha, if you're, planning to do whatever you're doing because you didn't work your way back in there yet. But I would say right now, if you did not, because I don't think we ended last time because we were, kind of getting really close to the end. But everybody did take time for a long rest. You shared shifts from what I recall correctly. So then everybody should have the opportunity to do both of those things. So yeah, so everyone go ahead. If you didn't, take your long rest actions. Please feel free to describe, what those, look like. And if you're working together, doing anything, any projects, anything like that.
Hey, actually, this reminds me because I have nothing to do. Did we do this at the end of the last session? Because I remember Sal like offering to go around and help other
Oh, no, you're right.
people
We
with
did.
things.
We did do our long rest actions.
Okay,
Yes.
I was like, this is very familiar
you're right.
now that we've said this. So some people might need to update their character sheets, but we definitely did.
Going to say I don't really remember what I did because all my stuff, like I still have 2 HP marked, 2 stress marked, and only 1 hope, which I know that I did the song, which was to prepare everybody, and I still only have 1 hope, so I should at least have 2. So I think I didn't mark anything, but I don't quite recall what I did.
If I would
say do what feels good.
I would think about it this way too. This is our second day on the boat. We would have had our long rest before the last session too, presumably.
Yeah, you should be.
So I wouldn't expect, and we didn't have any combat. I wouldn't expect anybody to have any HP marked after.
Yeah.
So we can say that, I've tended to my wounds across the various days on the ship, and I sang my song for the team, so I'll have 2 hope for that. And I'll go ahead and unmark my HP and stress. Is that okay?
Yeah, I would say I want everybody free of any hit points marked, full armor, lots of hope, ready to go.
That doesn't sound.
Does that
good.
make anyone else nervous?
Yeah, that's definitely the part of the video game where it's like, hey, why is there so much ammo and bandages right here? That's weird.
Yeah, there sure is a lot of health packs here.
Strange that there's 4 potions just sitting here for no reason.
I mean, and everybody looks around the cargo hold, and suddenly there's a small health potion over in the.
Yeah.
Also, Teach.
It's like the mint on the pillow. Everybody got a potion.
I didn't mean to like overstep there because I know I'm not the GM right now. I was just saying I was like, wait, we've been on the boat for 2 days, so I would assume nobody would have HP marked.
Yes. So this would be, let's just say too, for the sake of simplicity, right, that, you had your long rest, everyone's kind of getting up, the sun rose, and let's just say maybe that, it's not like sunrise, more like early mid-morning by now. Everyone did their long rest actions. They're kind of like, getting all their stuff done and getting ready for the day. So that way that as you kind of get up and start to move about, you would probably assume that, there's activity happening on the ship, like things like that.
Okay.
Svetlana woke with the sunrise to do her morning prayers with Kor as the sun rose, since he is a sun god. So she got a 3, 4, and a 2 on her prayer die.
Nice. Those are good rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sal would after kind of like looking around, see people were still in the process of waking up and things, would just kind of throw open the door and maybe be like, Bogha?
Bogha just kind of really shocked that Sal just bursts out of. I'm assuming you're 'Cause you had that darkness spell to obscure the doorway, right?
Right.
Last session.
Yeah, at the darkness spell that I cast to kind of make sure the door was obscured, I think would be gone by now. I assume that wouldn't hold while I sleep. And if it did, if it did for some reason, I would drop it because I don't need that. That was just to make sure nobody tried to move towards us while we were sleeping.
That was good sleep. Better than most trees I've been on.
Do you often sleep in trees, even in the city?
Toko looks at you and he's like, "Of course, I'm a monkey."
Well, we learn something new every day, Toko.
He's a little confused. Says, "Well, I won't sleep on trees anymore. This is a fine arrangement. I like this."
If you think this is good, try a mattress. You will never go back.
Mattresses are too soft. Feels like I'm sleeping on water and I'm gonna drown almost. But that was nice. That was very nice.
Well, you and do you, Toko.
He kind of looks at the setup. You see him kind of move around and look how it's tied up against the wall and secured and what it's made of. Because now Toko wants a hammock to carry around almost.
They are very versatile and very portable.
And if you put them between two trees, it's still like you're sleeping in trees.
That's true, Sal.
Good point. Huh. I wonder if our friends will give me one of these.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Sal would like to investigate to see how easy it would be to stuff one of these hammocks into his pack.
I mean, you don't need to roll for that, buddy. I mean, you are a sneaky sneak. They are just basically tied. It's casual. Looking around, I mean, honestly, it seems like this is basically they add more when they have more people. They take them away when they don't need them. I mean, you kind of look over. Seems like there's just a pile of them in the corner anyhow. Like, you could totally hijack one of these.
Okay.
Or you could take Hilo's, who is underneath his because he didn't trust it to bear his weight after the log incident.
Okay. Fair enough. Sal will roll up the hammock really tight and put it in his pack.
I guess you could add a custom item to your thingy if you want.
I already did. I already did.
Oh, you did, just making sure.
Thanks to Demiplane.
Toko sees it and kind of does the same as well. More clumsily, obviously, but Toko will also put one in his pack. He actually, what he does is he takes out his journal and wraps it around his journal so that it's kind of easier to mold it and puts it back in. So
from there, I think Sal would be wondering about breakfast. Sal wants to know what there is to eat.
Shall we head to the commissary? Is that the word?
The galley. That's fine.
The galley. Yes.
I think the commissary is for prison, right?
Oh, I've never been there myself, but
that's another place they feed you, though. So
something tells me friend Svetlana has stories she doesn't want to tell.
I said I've never been there.
Sal kind of nudges Toko. She's saying she's never been there an awful lot, isn't she?
Yeah. I mean, I have been there in respect to I was once ministering to some people in a prison, but I've never been inside of a cell, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Toko winks at Sal. Like,
As Sal walks down the hallway, he kind of looks in all the doors. Does he see anything interesting in the other doors that are open? I noticed a few of the hallway doors were open. Does he see anything that like looks like it would be worth stealing?
I mean, it depends on what you like to steal.
Something of either monetary or monetary value or something that might be useful in difficult times. So if it's like something that might help with combat or something like that, that's what he's looking for.
Nothing obvious as you look through. I mean, they're crew quarters for sailors. So certainly, that's not an occupation where they're extremely wealthy. A lot of them have kind of like minor weapons that you see when you walk around, but I mean, they seem more like common swords and things like that. So I don't know that it would be anything of particular value.
Okay, I'm not sure he was planning to steal anything anyway, but just because he's not wanting to get thrown off the boat in the middle of the water, but he was just curious.
I mean, you can swim.
Not very fast compared to a boat, I would imagine.
And not in the middle of a large body of water. It still may not end well, You guys, as some of you are kind of going towards like the top, you do see one crew kind of like, mulling about. Looks like they just woke up and they're sort of wandering as well.
I will say that as Svetlana looks in one of these rooms, she sees that some person has a pelt on their bed to use for covers, and she scowls. She nudges Sal and says, "You should steal that."
Nice.
Sal kind of looks at it sadly and says, "Yes, but it won't bring them back."
True.
You see the one crew person up, kind of disappear up the stairs, making their way to the second level.
Can I follow him?
Yeah. I mean, they're not. They're just walking around.
Okay. I wanna follow up there. That takes us back to the galley. Is that correct?
Yes. Is anybody coming with? Just because I'm kind of moving everyone around just to keep it simple.
Yep.
From level to level.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So I've got Bogha. Are you coming as well?
Bogha's gonna fall into step, like gonna try quickly catch up with Svetlana, and just kind of tug on her belt slightly.
Yes, Bogha.
I
What is it?
think you should. I'm holding out the crumpled paper, and I'm like, you should read this.
What is this? Where did you get this?
I did a little bit of sneaking last night.
Oh, you sneaky. And she looks at the paper. What does it read?
It reads, "She lit the flame. I am the torch now."
She lit the flame.
found
I am
this
the torch
in-
now.
In a symbol that looks like your god symbol.
Core?
Yes,
Where did you find this?
in a locked room. Something bad was happening there.
Bogha, you did so good. I had a suspicion that there was maybe some Torchborn on board, and this confirms it. I mean, thank you for sharing this with me. I'm not sure what we can do, but I know we should not trust at least some of the members of the ship. I think we're in for a very, very rude awakening. There's got to be more Scorchborn than just, is it Visek? Is that the
Virex.
name? Virex. Than just Virex. I'm worried that we may have stepped onto a boat where we don't really know who is the good guys. Is there anyone around Bogha and I as we're having this discussion? I realized that I probably should be keeping this on the down low.
Yeah, no. I mean, you guys, you didn't say you were going up in one giant clump. So I would say there's, distance enough where it sounded like a discreet conversation, unless anybody was paying particular attention. But, if anybody has strong feelings about it, and said that they were, I'm open to it. But I'd assume, not, because people are kind of casually going upstairs. Although I know Sal tends to pay attention to many a thing. So I'd be open to that if that was the case.
Sal would normally be listening, but he is very much like he woke up and his stomach was like, and he is following. Do I smell anything coming from the galley? Do I smell any food cooking or anything?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so Sal is following his nose up the stairs. So he would normally be listening, but not in this case.
Yeah, I mean, you smell what sound. It'd be like familiar kind of like breakfast things to you. Definitely smell like it's a few days long journey, so most things aren't going to spoil. So they've got eggs. It smells like kind of cured like meats. You've got actually still kind of a smell of seafood, generally speaking, because of course you're on a ship. You actually even smell what kind of reminds you of like what seems like coffee.
Okay. Sal goes up to the counter by the cook, and he's pretty small, so he kind of like has to peek up over top of the counter, and says, "Hi, this is weird, but can I just take the food that I want? I don't want to be. I know we're guests, and I don't want to be an inconvenience, but I'm pretty hungry. How do people do this? Do they just take things? Do you serve people?" And he kind of tries to give his best smile, just a little frog smile.
You see the chef kind of at first as you start to talk, not really notice what's happening. Like, that like is kind of like the chef's into the cooking, what's happening on, the oven, the grill. There's like, about 4 or 5 things happening simultaneously, right? They're both cooking breakfast. And then at the same time, it seems like they're preparing or starting to get prep for whatever is coming like later. And then all of a sudden the chef starts to slowly kind of like turn around and like looks over top of you and is actually just confused, like, but where did that kind of like come from sort of look? And then all of a sudden is like, hello? Yes.
Sal would kind of
bonjour.
Sal would kind of hop and then be like, hey, sorry, I'm Sal. I'm pretty small. I don't mean to be a problem. I know you're busy, just really hungry, and I wanted to make sure if I just took stuff that, I don't know, we're guests. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
And then, you see the chef kind of like look down for a second, confused. Toes are fine. Then you see the chef look back over and just like, oh, hello, sir, no problem. Anybody? Oh, wait, sorry, excuse me. Yes, anybody can get food on this ship. And you get the impression that this person's like, doesn't have any accent like that, but is doing a really terrible impression of it because they feel like that makes them seem more fancy, and that's maybe how they're like going to keep this job. And so he just kind of fell out of it for a second. They're like, oh no, so any guest on this ship gets anything that they would like at a full breakfast, and by anything they like, I mean everyone gets the same thing. And then he just like kind of like clank, like diner style, right? Just plops down like a plate, and I mean it looks like perfectly done, like casual, kind of like quick, easy breakfast, right? Just the eggs. Apparently, I'm assuming you like over easy. It seems like, sure. Perfectly done. There's like, kind of like a crispy, starchy sort of thing. And you look at it and then your eyes get wider because it reminds you of potatoes long since past, fried up on this plate, glistening, beautiful, greasy, dripping. And then there's a little bit of some sort of like, kind of cured meat on one side, kind of like fried up. And, it's hot and steaming right in front of you. And you see the chef kind of standing there with chest puffed out with, pride.
Is this the same chef that cooked the fish for us yesterday?
Yes.
Amazing.
Sal is going to take the plate, and then he's going to look down at the plate, and barely audible, like no one can hear it unless they're specifically listening, mutter something. And then a humanoid sized spirit is going to walk up beside Sal, and Sal's going to say, is it okay if my friend gets a plate too then? And Sal is casting Midnight Spirit, spending a hope to summon a humanoid sized spirit that can move or carry things. So Sal is casting Midnight Spirit to get a second plate of this delicious looking breakfast. And Sal's going to kind of like look at the spirit and then look back at the cook and say he really likes potatoes. He doesn't talk much though.
I mean, give me a sense. Does it obviously look like a spirit? Like it is incorporeal? Like,
oh, it's 100% clear what Sal is doing, but he's trying to like play it completely straight. Like it is very much like it's a spirit, but Sal is trying to play it off as if it's his friend.
The chef just kind of like blinks like a few times. Definitely was not expecting that. And then kind of gathers himself. Having been a cook for a long time and knowing how tasty these things are, says, "That's a strange way to ask for extras." And then just takes another serving of potatoes and plops them right on your plate. It says, "Enjoy, good sir."
The spirit disappears. And Sal kind of like fist pumps. Worth it. And then Sal's gonna go take his plate down to the table. Is there a table that has room for a few of us, or all the tables kind of look full? So Sal is he's got that.
There's a bigger table down at the far end. We could say, that's kind of like open. I mean, map not perfect representation of it, but there's definitely some tables that are filled up. Definitely an open table there as well.
He's kind of got that lunchroom moment where he's like, do I sit by the cool kids? Do I sit by the like the nerds? And then he picks the table by himself and with the assumption that his friends will sit down by him. So, and then he's in that food. He is face down, as little distance between the fork and his mouth as he can because he is hungry.
Well, Toko kind of goes and grabs a plate from the weirdly accented chef. Takes the opportunity to come and join Sal. Sits like right next to him on the bench, also enjoying his food. just less like no fork, just hands.
Yriel, do you want to go?
Yeah, Yriel approaches and asks for a lot of potatoes for herself. And if you have anything raw for Pazu, he'll eat cooked meat, but he prefers it raw.
The chef takes a look at Yriel and then also then Pazu and goes, "Oh, that was sweet little kitty. Kind of like goes to put a hand out and then
Pazu's tail twitches.
Nope. Snatches it right back again. I was like, "Oh, okay. Sorry." And you see the chef goes, "Oh, but of course," and turns towards the stove. And I mean, now that you follow your gaze as the chef kind of turns back around, there's just multiple fish that are there that the blood has been drained from. There's no real odor because when you actually take care of the fish kind of that way, like there's not as much of that, sea smell or seafood smell. And you see him just kind of take his knife and with effortless ease just slices a little bit off. And you see him plop that on a plate right next to your plate. And that one, instead of having, kind of equal-ish portions, it now just has, less meat, less egg, pile of potatoes. Perfectly looking, again, steaming, dripping with grease, delicious. And then right before you go to grab it, he goes, "Oh, one moment, please." And then you see him just take a little bit of like salt and just like pinch it like on the surface and goes,
Not with his
yeah.
No.
Salt Bay.
Kind of like that.
Thank you. It looks delicious. Yriel carries her plate and Pazu's fish. Makes her way to where Sal is sitting.
Is Bogha or Hilo gonna grab food?
Hilo just kind of walks up a little awkwardly and grabs a tray and kind of doesn't meet anyone's eyes as he's like going over towards the thing. You realize he hasn't actually eaten in front of you yet. And so he's like in a weird situation, but he's going to take his food over and sit at the table and ask if anyone would like his potatoes.
Actually, one moment, because I have to ask the chef how they were prepared, but maybe. And Svetlana goes over to the chef and she asks if the potatoes have been prepared vegan or if they were made in any sort of animal grease or anything like that.
I'll say the chef looks, she goes, oh, no. I'll say it never holds up on the ship. I'll say we only use the best olive oil on this thing. I'll say that's the only way to stay fresh over the long journeys.
Svetlana gives a chef's kiss and then says, thank you very much, sir. And she goes and sits down next to Hilo and says, please, I would take all of your potatoes.
Sal would like to try to use his long tongue to steal some from Hilo's plate before Svetlana gets them.
Svetlana will try to flick his tongue away.
Oh, all right.
Are we having like a roll off here?
Oh, we're definitely gonna have a.
We're rolling off it.
Now, here we go. Here's what we'll do is let's do a. You can roll for Sal. You're gonna roll one your hope die.
Okay.
And let's say, actually, how about this? You roll your hope die and just tell me what you get.
1.
Svetlana, I mean, I guess you can roll your hope die and just see what happens. Because if we both get ones.
Should I roll my fear die? Because I'm afraid he's going to take my potatoes away from me.
I mean, you give whatever flavor you want there, Svetlana. I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
This is the only thing I can eat. I got an 8.
Okay, so, I mean, Sal, tell us what it looks like, and then I'd love for Svetlana to tell us how she totally dunks on you, and it does not succeed.
Sal is still eating his own food. Like the 2 plates, well, I guess I didn't get the 2 plates because he saw through my ruse, but Sal's got a big pile, so he's probably about halfway through. He was the first one to sit down. He's still eating. But he sees Hilo sit down and say, hey, does anybody want my potatoes? And in that moment, like Sal's tongue just flicks straight out, tries to grab a potato, but
Svetlana sees his eyes go over to Hilo's plate and knows immediately what's about to happen. And she gets her hand ready as the tongue goes out, and she just flicks it a little bit on the very tip.
And as Sal's tongue comes back, he's like, oh, salty.
Sorry, I haven't washed in a while.
Sal kind of spits off and then goes back to eating his food.
And suffers a stress. No, you don't need to mark a stress. All right, so then we have, are we missing anybody? Or is everybody eating then, except for Bogha. Bogha didn't jump in. Bogha, you hanging back? Are you gonna jump in the party, breakfast party, or?
Bogha's gonna goes up to Chef and she's like, "Hey, can I take this to go? Do you have any to go bags?"
I'll say no, Monsieur. I say we only serve down here in the galley. We don't want food anywhere else on the ship because then we're only feeding the rats.
That's a froggy bag, if you will.
Amazing, Yriel. Amazing.
And have you ever seen a rat on a ship? I'll say it's bigger than you.
I imagine you allowed them to sail with you, so they must be nice rats. Maybe you don't feed them enough.
I'm trying to think of what to say.
Meanwhile, you hear like nearby, like,
yeah.
Can Sal overhear anything being said by anybody else having breakfast, like not at our table?
Oh, definitely.
Do I hear anything interesting?
Definitely.
Okay.
Are you listening in?
Conversation with the chef,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to give you some cover while you were thinking of what the chef would say.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Chef whichever goes.
You can continue the Bogha stuff for sure.
No, the it's like I say it depends on your definition of nice. I'll say, but not any rat that I want to see. We always try to get them off the ship, but no matter what we do, there's always more. I say, especially way down in the cargo hold. I say they always end up down there. And you just kind of see him, he says that, he kind of laughs it off a little bit, like, and then he goes, ha, ha, ha. Then his accent breaks again. He goes, oh, excuse me again. And then he goes, thank you, sir. And then he tries to put on his bad accent again, and goes back to, cooking. Meanwhile, off to the one side, you still do see that beautiful, gorgeous fish that was caught yesterday, not fully cooked yet because it was so darn big. It's actually just being like kind of cured and smoked, hanging like way far off on the one side of the kitchen. And if you would like to see if there's anything that you could hear, let's get our first roll of the day. Yeah. I guess it would be, what is it? Instinct?
Okay. Wow. That is... Oh, actually, that's a little bit better than I thought. 11 with fear.
11 with fear? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just going to take a fear, even though I have so much already. And Virex is not down here, but here, let me set the scene then a little bit for you, then I'll kind of tell you what you do over here as of right now.
Those don't reset every session? Wait a minute, that seems unfair.
No, it carries over, baby. Yeah, I double checked. Because I double checked because I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have like...
I remembered that too. I was just, hoping you hadn't read it.
Look at this. Look at this. All this. I'm like...
Oh, no.
And teacher shows like 12 fear die.
So, so just so you know, he was just holding up a huge amount, just imagine in your head.
I think actually they max you out at 12 now in the full release, and I'm pretty sure I'm just about there. So I'll start using some for other things too, though. So Virex is not down here, but so as you guys are all eating around the table, you see a lot of kind of like the standard, kind of crew and the sailors, and just for, practicality's sake, I gave them all very similar looking tokens for all of you guys. So that would be kind of like this kind of token, like these kinds of tokens, those are kind of like, the standard folks. I did have some named people on the crew who, are more, kind of maybe important in jobs and things like that. And so one of them is down there. And since you guys can't easily ID them, that would be Mateas, one of the crew members of the Ashen Crown, who is the quartermaster. And so as they're all, continuing to eat, you hear different stuff. You hear some jokes being told, mostly kind of like, bad puns, things like that. You hear somebody talking about, I have never seen a fish so big in all my time on the Ashen Crown, thinking back to what had happened yesterday. Be like, Jed was never so happy. I was going to say, I've never seen that man yell and jump and howl like that. And on top of that, you hear Matthias, the quartermaster, who's a dwarf, real kind of like stocky, strong build, copper-colored skin. Their hair is braided very tight underneath of a hat with real thick glasses on their nose. On their tool belt, they've got like chalk and little measuring instruments, and you kind of hear Matthias like muttering things at first, just kind of like, and 10 and 16, carry the 7 plus 5, be like 33? No, I can't be. No, 42. And then kind of like goes back to like eating their food. And then you overhear another person or another conversation, I should say. You don't really hear much of what's said, but the one thing you do make out is a mention of Cogsburg, and you hear somebody say Cogsburg, and then there's kind of like some muddling conversation, and then you hear something about a wizard, and then kind of hear different conversation happening, and it seems like they're talking about something related to those two things, and then you also hear something about the rusty knob, and that's all you got for right now.
The rusty what now?
Knob.
Who am I hearing talking about Cogsburg?
It's just kind of one of the everyday folks. Let's say it's like this, crewman right here.
Okay.
For, simplicity's sake.
Sal would like to kind of keep an ear out for anything related to that. Obviously, due to what happened prior to our boat adventure, Cogsburg and Wizard are both things that would definitely catch his attention. So he would like to listen to that. Once Sal finishes his food, he would like to walk over to Mateus and say, kind of hear the muttering and be like, "What are you counting?"
Mateus is sitting there and, deep in thought, obviously. And they're in 77 squared plus the... No. Wait. Oh, yeah, 88. Kind of just looks up and blinks a little bit like, sort of surprised that somebody is talking to them and says, Counting what?
Sorry, I was having my breakfast and I heard a lot of numbers, so I figured you were counting something. What? And Sal sticks out his hand and says, "Sal, nice to meet you."
And Mateus sort of taken aback and then goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help but think about all the things that we're carrying on the ship." And then goes to stick out their hand, and it's kind of covered in like chalk a bit. And then goes to shake it, and you hear like almost it's so much chalk that there's like a poof, and then like a little bit of chalk smoke as you go to like shake your hand.
Nice to meet you.
Say, nice to meet you. Yeah, well, welcome aboard the Ashen Crown.
Yeah, thank you we really appreciate you. We're really concerned about our friend, so we appreciate you being willing to take us to find her. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you were busy, I can definitely go. I don't know. I was interested in what it was you were doing. That's all.
Say, busy. I'm always so busy. I'll say, the quartermaster on the ship, I really take care of all the weights, the measures, and, I think and I see in numbers all the time. I just can't help it. It's just a little thing that I do, You see, I got my cool ruler over here, and you see them like kind of like proudly, like it's like lifting up, like it looks like it should be like a holster for a sword, but it's not. And you just pull it out and it's like unsheathed and it goes like shing, but it's just like this gorgeous, shiny, perfect ruler. It's like glistening. Like this thing must be buffed and polished daily. It's like, yeah. And just like holds it like with pride in front of you and be like, this thing served me well for so many years. And then kind of like puts it back in there. And then you see, and over here I've got my scale, and like pulls it up, and it's just like, essentially has a handle, little round piece on it, and then a hook at the bottom, so you could do different kinds of like weights and measures. Then you see variety of tools there, and be like, yeah, I'm always trying to make sure that everything's done just right. We've got just enough rope, we've got just enough supplies. There's a big difference between 37.5 pounds and 37.6 pounds of food for our journey.
0.1, yeah.
Svetlana is listening to this conversation because she had a smaller portion of food, so she's already finished. But she asks Matthias, so nothing comes on the ship before going through you? Is that correct?
I'll say the only one who can bring things on the ship without me is if Captain Dothmir does it himself. I'll say everything else always goes right through me, especially all the cargo.
Yes. Seems like you have to really meticulously calculate the weight and how much the ship can hold. Say, you've been in the cargo area recently, correct? Svetlana is asking Matthias if they've seen anything recently in the cargo area that they didn't really expect, or anything unusual.
Oh, no. I'd say this is a pretty standard lot here. I'd say the only thing that might be a little bit out of the ordinary is we, have some live animals down there, but, out of the ordinary, but not unheard of. I'll say everything else is mostly standard wares, some basic supplies, weapons, metals, things like that, some foodstuffs that we're bringing over to the Endless Forest. And, we're going to be going up to the... Sorry, let me make sure I get the name right. We're going to be going over to the land at the Verdant Cove to drop off all the supplies at some of the local businesses there. I love stopping by Larry's Libations, whenever I'm in town. I want to drop off some things to Tots, this and that, and go ahead and make sure that we, get paid.
Yes, I see.
Sal kind of gets Mateus's attention again. Like I picture Sal and Svetlana on opposite sides of Mateus, and kind of like, do you need any help? Is there anything I can do to? I know we're freeloading a little bit. Is there anything that I can do to make cargo easier? Do you need anything from me?
I heard somebody say that you had a rat infestation, and I can tell you I used to work on a farm where we had many rats trying to steal our food all the time, and I've gotten very good at setting live traps and, getting rid of them, but in a humane way.
I'll say fighting with the rats is an ongoing fight. I'll tell you that we've been doing pretty well, but I'm always happy to have the help. I mean, if, the cargo hold, everything's tied down there pretty tight, but I'd love, don't mind anybody trying to throw in for some help. If, you want to, go down to the cargo hold and see what's down there. I'll tell you, if there's one thing I love, it's numbers. The one thing I don't like doing is rats.
Yes. Well, we'd be
Does
happy to
Mateus
help.
still have any food left?
The plate's mostly empty, but there's a little bit of, a portion, left on there. Probably, maybe we got a serving that was a little bit too big.
Is there any potatoes?
No, definitely not. Potatoes are gone, 100%. I mean, honestly, the potatoes are so gone that you can kind of see like the tiny bit of grease that was probably left behind. But you suspect that Mateus might have like licked that portion of the plate.
Sal's eyes kind of flick between Mateus and the plate, and his tongue leaves his mouth for a moment, and he thinks about taking some of that food, and then he doesn't.
Svetlana glares at him. She knows. And she advises strongly against it.
Sal decides not to, but he does pull out his returning blade and kind of looks at Mateus and says, "All right, you fed me. Which way do we go?"
Mateus is a little bit taken back by pulling, kind of the weapon out. You sort of see her startled just for a hot second. It's like, what are you doing with that?
Whoa! Not you! I'm gonna go help that with the cargo. It's just in case it gets messy. You're fine. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's sorry. And he puts the blade back.
And you see her, see them kind of breathe a sigh of relief, like, whew. Like, yeah, we try to be very cautious with drawing weapons on the ship ever since, we had that incident, some months ago with, the trader on the ship. I was gonna say, so it just makes me, a little bit nervous ever since then. I feel like we're safe with, all the things that we do to try to keep, check out everybody who comes aboard. But, I can't help but flash back to that.
Sal kind of stops dead in his tracks. The what? The traitor? What do you...
Captain Dothmere didn't tell you about this?
No.
I'll say, so we kind of do like, so I'll meta it slightly, and then I can have Mateus fill it in. Captain Dothmere told us about how there was a trader on the ship that was from the Jagged Knife that he thought. And then, there was a fight some months prior. It was after they had left Cogsburg. The person was on the ship, turned out to be a traitor. Then others appeared on the ship, and then they tried to take over the ship, and they were able to kill that individual. And they said that they were from the Jagged Knife. Captain Dothmere was the one who killed that individual. And so, I guess actually I'll say for simplicity's sake, Mateus kind of, recounts that story.
And you said Captain Dothmere told us this before?
Yes.
Okay, Sal will say, "Oh!"
Actually, well, you know what, though? Actually, maybe you're wrong. I don't know, because I think it was actually to Svetlana, and maybe Svetlana didn't tell everybody, so you shouldn't know that, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know he told me. And I was curious if Virex actually joined the ship after that, or before. Do you happen to recall, Matthias?
No, now I'm thinking it. I think maybe? I'm not sure. No. I think Virex was already here. Yeah. No. Virex was already here. I'm pretty sure of it. Virex joined us, a few months ago. So that was beforehand. Sometimes those days, weeks, and months, they kind of blend together, especially when you're on the water.
Yes, I understand. But did he join in the fight at all? He seems like a very capable person.
I don't recall. Now that you say it, I don't think so. No, I don't think so, huh?
Did everybody else help with this traitor?
Well, those who are more of the fighters did. So me, myself, I am not a fighter, but I'll tell you that Captain Dothmere, Jasper, if we look at Elias Vane and Silas, and they jumped right in the fight because, they are, have been on with Captain Dothmere for a long time, and they, know how to deal with pirates and, the like.
All right. Well, I'll go take a look at the cargo hold. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you trying to help us out on the ship. I'll say we always need more people fighting those rats because it's a never-ending battle.
It is our pleasure.
And then you see Matea's kind of like starts walking off and actually picks up the plate, walks off towards the chef, see them put it onto, kind of like the countertop, for lack of a better term, and start to walk towards where, the staircases are. It's like, hey, the cargo hold's over here if you want me to show you.
Sal follows.
Svetlana will check with the rest of the team, see, if their plates are empty, if they're done eating or not.
Bogha,
What does she
lifts
see?
the plate that Matthias just put down. Just kind of unhinges her jaw. Just kind of shovels what's on there into her mouth.
Is this right in front of the
froggy
chef?
Eyes blink as they
one by one.
the food.
Left eye, then right eye.
Amazing. I will never get tired, Bogha, of watching you eat. This is quite amusing.
The chef kind of catches out of the corner of their eye and is like, if you just wanted more, you could have asked. And now the accent is actually literally changed. Like before, it was the same bad accent. It's actually a different one now. This person can't keep it up.
What do you think, Hilo and Yriel and Toko? Do you want to go with us to the cargo hold, or do you have other areas you wish to explore?
Taco pulls out his sword and says, yes. I love killing rats.
Sal puts his hand on Toko's and just they don't like it when you pull out weapons that suddenly.
It's
just
a whole
be careful.
thing.
It's long story.
Toko slowly sheathes his sword again. Okay, fine. But take me to the rats.
Hilo's food seems to have disappeared a little bit. It's gone while you guys were busy doing stuff, and he's making a big show of wiping at his mouth with a napkin.
Did we see how he eats?
I was going to say, did I see Hilo eat?
I don't know. He tried to do it while you were distracted. Were you paying attention?
No.
Not super close, no.
Yriel might have, though.
What are you going to do? No, Yriel wasn't watching either. Yriel was busy with her perfectly seasoned potatoes.
Makes sense.
Potatoes.
Pazu's sitting back, licking his paws clean, now that he's finished his fish breakfast. And Yriel has a hard line on scrabbling swarms of things. That was a hard line, so Yriel will not be going into the cargo hold. Yriel can pick up plates and help clean up.
Is there a way to maintain communication between Yriel and the rest of the team?
Sal reaches into his bag and hands Yriel one of the speaking orbs that he has.
Ooh, he remembered.
I've been looking at those for a while. I've been waiting for a reason to use those. Sal hands one of the speaking orbs to Yriel and kind of shows her to hold it up to her ear. And if she does that, he'll kind of like talk into it and be like, "Can you hear me?"
Of course I can hear you. I have giant ears and you're standing right in front of me.
And Sal's like, "So they work then," and puts the one that he kept in his pocket.
I will keep this close in case you need something from the galley. I'll be here.
Svetlana will pull Yriel aside, just, whisper in her ear, just be very wary. I'm a little bit, I'm not sure I trust everyone on this ship. If you see anyone with scars on their neck, or burn scars at all, just be very, very wary of what you tell them, especially Captain Virex, or not Captain, but Virex. If you see him, let us know, okay? I want you to be safe. And
Yriel, does the old lady pat Svetlana? They're there. We'll keep an eye out. Thank you for the warning.
Svetlana nuzzles into Yriel's pat. She likes being petted.
How tall is Yriel and how far down is
And then
Svetlana having to crouch?
Oh, yeah, she has to crouch quite a bit. Yeah. But she's into it. She's like a cat that just like nuzzles into, whenever you get scratched, she's just like, yeah, her head is going under Yriel's hand.
All right.
Assuming that we're kind of all gathered into a group, should we... I don't know that we need everyone to investigate the cargo hold. Should we have... We've got this door that we've got to deal with.
Are we splitting the party?
We've got Virex that we got to look at. I don't know. Are we?
I actually, Sal, I think that Bogha might have some information for you about this door. I maybe we should speak privately with just our group. We could maybe go back to our where we slept, all of us, so we could discuss and then maybe break from there. But I do think she has important information to share.
Sal picks up the speaking orb, even though Yriel is right next to him still, and says, "We're going to go back to our chambers to discuss plans." And puts the speaking
Yriel
orb.
looks at the orb and at Sal and back at the orb and nods at the orb and then lifts her head to Sal and says, "I'll go with you."
Sal's kind of like, "Yeah, they work." Sal is he's eager, but he's not necessarily the brightest. So
all right, so let me make sure I got it. So some of you are going in the cargo hold. Or not cargo hold, sorry, to the crew quarters.
I think we're all going to go to the crew quarters to plan.
To discuss.
Everybody is.
I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but that was
what I conveyed to everybody. Okay. But whether or not they follow is up to them.
Toka will always follow Svetlana, so.
Toka, you're such a good boy.
That seems reasonable.
He kind of nudges his head a little bit, like, "Oh, thank you."
We can all go back to the cabin to coordinate.
Sal's going to keep an eye out for anybody looking around, anybody wandering near us. Make sure we're alone to discuss.
Yes. And just for a point of order, too, so you understand kind of the layout of the ship, the stairs right there kind of bring you to the various levels. So if you go up, you go back to the galley. If you go up, you can keep going towards the upper decks, the top of the ship. If you go down, you would go down to the cargo hold. Now, you don't know how many layers there are yet, right? But that would bring you down to the cargo hold.
Sal, should we check to make sure there's nobody in these rooms that could potentially be listening? These walls look kind of thin.
Can Sal check those? He'd like to check as much as he can to see that there's no one nearby who could hear.
I mean, you're checking the doors?
I would, kind of listen at the doors. If a door is open, look in. Do any investigation necessary to see if anybody could hear us while we discuss.
You hear and see nothing, but you find one door is locked.
Can I knock on that door?
Yeah. You can knock with your tongue if you'd like. I mean, you want to add a little spice to it.
No. That's way too far. Way too far.
Splinters.
Just knock. Just a regular knock.
Like ordinary, like friendly, like doot, doot, doot.
Yeah. Just a regular friendly knock.
You hear nothing.
Sal will...
Somebody did say they were hungover earlier, but,
After, basically, Sal will just say, I don't think anyone's nearby, but probably shouldn't talk too loud.
Yes, whispers it is. Is Sal in the quarters with us?
Yep.
Okay. Bogha, you shared something with me earlier. I think it would be pertinent now to share with the team. And speak quietly if you can.
Okay. While you were all in here last night, I was being nosy. I was exploring the upper decks a little bit, and I came across this locked door. I felt some powerful magic from behind it. Well, I could say it was magic, but I'm not exactly sure what it was. I managed to get in there when no one was looking, and I found one of the Svetlana's symbols there with a note. I think I gave it to Svetlana.
And I show the note to the team and I say, just to be clear though, too, was this core symbol or was it the symbol that is like core, but it is...
It is the one that is
wrong.
Scorched into the ground.
I can clarify if you'd like.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, to clarify, yes, it is like the twisted one that is previously, I think I described it as twisted like milk, not quite sour, but just turning.
Sal reaches into his bag and pulls out the note that he got from the warehouse. It says Dawnstone on it. Is this the same handwriting?
Can I have this? Can I have that
It is.
note quickly, Svetlana?
It is.
Friend, please.
Yes, absolutely.
I
to
hold it
Bogha.
up for friends to see. Here.
Sal will show his note so people can kind of see that the swoops and the lines and all those things of the handwriting are similar.
Did you see anybody there in that room?
Not in the room, but I saw someone come out of the room. That is how I got in.
And did you get a good look at them?
I was too busy hiding.
Yes. I'm glad you are safe, Bogha.
We need to get into that room.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I shared this with all of the team. I know I shared it with a few of you, but I had this conversation with Virex, and I got the feeling that he was not being entirely truthful with me, and I noticed that he had the marks of the Scorchborn on his neck, the burn marks. As someone who was a devotee of Core, but became Scorchborn and basically is a bad guy. And I wonder if he was the one that you saw last night, Bogha. I mean, I know you can't confirm, but I think we should be very, very wary of him and perhaps have someone follow him. If somebody is sneaky enough to be able to follow him without his notice.
You guys look to where Sal just was and he's not there. And then he kind of pops back out. Did anybody say sneaky? But also he his eyes are a little bit wider. He's like, I think I might have an idea. I think I might have one.
What's that, Sal?
We made a big deal about helping in the cargo hold. Do you think that we could make a big enough distraction with that to get the people out of the galley area, and we could send some people in to investigate this locked door? We need to check it out. There's something going on, but the issue is there's always someone there. So if we can go back up to the galley and say, hey, we're going to go take care of this issue in the cargo hold once and for all. Do you think we could get enough people out of the way that, I don't know, Yriel and someone else could maybe investigate what's going on behind that door? We have these orbs, and Sal pulls it out and says, Yriel, you can hear me, right? And then puts it back away again. And we have these orbs, so if anything goes wrong, Yriel can let me know.
Yes, perhaps we say that there's a rat king, and we found the source of the infestation, and we need all hands on deck. I mean, not actually on deck, but
Nice.
you know what I mean.
Nice.
All hands on hold.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Exactly, Yriel. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
Sure. Sure. That sounds like a workable plan. Somebody is gonna go with me. I'd like somebody who has maybe more perception of these things. I feel pretty good about being able to convince everybody on the higher levels. They're not called floors, right?
I mean, yeah,
the higher
levels.
levels.
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
that we can decks.
yeah,
Yes,
decks,
that's it.
Decks.
I feel pretty confident that I can convince people that there's a bit of hubbub in the hold, that has to be addressed immediately.
Mm-hmm. So you could be part of the distraction.
Yeah.
But you need somebody who's more, has more finesse to be able to pick the lock for the door and things like that.
Yeah, and more instinct to be able to perceive things.
Oh, yes. Well, Hilo, you're very good at those things, aren't you?
I mean, I can pick locks and things, but I have as much sense as as most, I suppose.
Yes. I mean, I know a lot about core and that's part of it, but I mean, this is a twisted version. I'm not sure I would be too much help deciphering what's going on in that room, but I guess I would have more chance than many, since I do have some religious background. But I also did say I have expertise in rat catching, so I am not sure if I need it there.
Svetlana is the figurehead for the rat excursion now.
Yes.
So above the table, I don't have instinct, but I do have a bonus in knowledge. So if I'm trying to remember something or figure something out, yes, but not instinct.
Okay.
I could pick the lock, and I think I could probably get in without being seen, but then we have both people with these orbs in the same room, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
As you guys are all talking, suddenly there's a big lurch in the ship. You feel like it kind of rise up, and then there's like...
Remember those timers from last time?
The what?
Does this have to do with those timers from last time?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Okay.
And then you feel the weight kind of like come out from underneath you. And this is actually such a sudden large wave that like some of you feel like your feet, I don't know who's been on a boat before, but like kind of like lift up almost, right? So much so. And then you hear like a large crash outside. And Sal, you're holding your speaker orb, correct?
Yes.
And Yriel's holding a speaker orb?
Yes.
And all of you are kind of down in the same area of the crew quarters?
Yes.
Yriel and Sal, could you please make an agility check to see whether or not you lose your speaker orbs and they crash and crack on the ground?
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
I just spent a fear.
Is
I have lots of
this-
fear.
Wow.
A tag team roll.
Well, I mean, if you're helping each other, tell me how. And then, yeah. I mean, you got to spend 3 hope. And I think you can only do it once per session. I think.
Okay.
But a group roll, I believe, is also something fine. Group roll, though, would mean is you choose one of you, and then the other one rolls to kind of add 1 to whatever's happening, the group action roll. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do something like that, also, though, you could also describe how anybody can throw in to see how they would help each other. And you need to spend a hope to do that. But anybody who wants to throw in and try to help, like, I'm open to that too.
So what I was going to say was if Sal had a chance of dropping it, he was going to grab it with his tongue, which
Nice.
doesn't seem to require a roll. You can use your long tongue to grab onto things within close range. That's the end of the sentence. So I did roll a 13 with hope, by the way, for my attempt to hold on to the speaking orb.
I certainly don't even worry about the roll then. I'll take the tongue.
Okay. So
I'll take the tongue,
if
baby.
if it started to slip out of his hands, he would just grab it. Done.
Okay.
He would grib it.
Svetlana will grab onto the post that is nearest to her for the hammock, and she will offer out an arm to Yriel to try to steady her.
Well,
She's
Yriel got an 18 with hope. So maybe kind of bobbles the speaker orb, but
maintains it.
maintains it.
Yeah. So the ship lurches, and you see the good old Sal like literally falls out of the hand, because then as the ship comes down, the orb actually like lifts up off the hand because you're falling so rapidly for just like a second. You see it hit his hand, kind of like start to roll off of it, and then you see the froggy face go like wide, eyes wide, and then as the mouth opens up, jaw dropping in shock, just as quickly the tongue comes out and grabs it, brings it back, right? And then there's just it's like this giant ball like sticking like out of his mouth, like if there was like a pool ball size thing is what I picture like in there, and then drops it into his hand and then goes right back in. Meanwhile, you see Yriel just actually pretty effortlessly just goes up and down with the ship. It doesn't even like leave her hand, like just like keeps it right there, like no problem. It's kind of like looks at Sal and is like,
And
impressive.
Sal leans into the orb and goes, "That was close."
You're doing great, Sal. You're doing great.
And so you get the sense that the weather outside is starting to shift.
Okay. So Sal says, unless someone has a better plan, we got to do something. We got to figure out what's going on with Virex. We got to figure out what's beyond that door. Unfortunately, I think we might have to deal with the rats.
I call rats.
Sal looks at Yriel and says,
Dibs on door.
Sal looks at Yriel and says, "Would you like me to help you with with getting through the door and what's behind it?" And he kind of holds the speaker orb out a little bit, but carefully due to the wave that just happened. And says, I can give this to someone else and come with you if you need me.
I would be happy to have your presence with me. Presence is not the word. I came up blank. I would be happy to have you accompany me. And you can give your orb, or I can give them the one that you gave me.
So
either way.
Sal goes and hands his orb to Svetlana and places it like very specifically in her hand, and then looks in her eyes and says, "I'm gonna want this back."
Absolutely, Sal.
He lets it go.
As Svetlana grabs the orb. It suddenly becomes warm, and you see it change from the color it was previously, sort of like a milky white, to a red hue, and suddenly becomes warm to the touch. And it's as though you see sort of like flames erupt right around it. Not hot flames, not burn you flames, just like kind of like incorporeal, like see-through flames, and just, and then it just as
Yriel
quickly
holds hers out away from her body.
and then
Does it happen?
Huh?
Does it happen to Yriel's as well, or just mine?
Nope, just yours.
Is it scary?
Yeah, I say so. If it was me holding that thing, yeah, I think I'd be like, whoa.
Sal looks at Svetlana again and said, "I'm gonna want it back."
Svetlana kind of treats it like a hot potato and and like gives it back to Sal. And it's like, I don't know. It maybe I shouldn't touch it.
When I take it back, does it? What happens?
It stops.
All right, who's going with Svetlana?
Svetlana will pick out the Dawnstone gem and look at it and see if the gem that she had picked up from the warehouse, and it looks at it to see if anything has changed about the Dawnstone gem.
Nothing has changed, but it's warm to your touch, and it has a subtle glow.
Is it glowing red like the other ball was that Sal has? What is it called?
Orb.
A speaking orb.
Speaking orb. Not exactly similar, but you had seen it glow in the warehouse previously, and now the warmth, it's not burning hot, but it definitely feels noticeably warmer, and it starts to, glow with, a warm light. Surprisingly so, like quite bright. For what you'd expect from a rather small stone.
I'm a little worried that they might need the stone for something, and I am afraid to hold on to it myself. I just am afraid that they're going to come looking for this. Does anybody else want to take this Dawnstone gem? Or maybe if I hand it to somebody else, will it stop glowing and stop being warm? And
are you going to hand it to somebody else?
I hand it to Toko.
Hand it to Toko? The stone, as you hand it, Toko, you're accepting the stone, I'm assuming?
Yeah, 100%.
Takes the stone. The light begins to kind of gradually fade out and fade away, but is still somewhat there. There's still a subtle glow, but not as powerful, and it is radiating a warmth, but not quite as warm as when Svetlana, held it. At least, I guess Toko's perspective would be that it feels warm, but not very much so. But you guys can see the decrease in light, almost like a dimmer switch being turned down.
Does Svetlana get any sense that the Dawnstone is connected to Core at all? Like, does she get a feeling of like home and safety from it? Or does she get a feeling of like being scared of it, or like that it's a twisted version?
Can you give me a knowledge roll? I feel like I haven't got a lot of rolls this game. I'm like, ooh, baby. I was like, let's people throw some math rocks.
That's bad. That's a 12 of fear. I got a 1 on my hope die and an 11 on my fear die. So,
you notice a mixture of feelings, but they're somewhat hard to nail down and pin down. No direct knowledge kind of comes of it. But what you do know is that there definitely seems to be some positive and negative, but you're not sure how to break it apart other than that.
Okay. I still feel that it's maybe safer that I don't hold on to this. Toko, if you wouldn't mind holding on to this and keeping it safe and out of the wrong hands.
Not at all. Toko grabs it and kind of puts it in his pouch. Very, very gently.
And then suddenly there's a large lurch of the ship once again, a large wave and a whoosh, splash. And, it seems like everything's fairly, secured, but, you kind of see some things around the ship, shake a little bit. But, they know what to do. They're all kind of tied down, fairly well. Not as big as the last one, though.
Sal is going to look at himself and then look at Yriel and say, if we're going in that door, we might need someone a little bit bigger with us. We're both kind of small, and
I think Toko should come with me, and maybe Hilo should go with you guys, and Bogha, you can choose if you want to come with Toko and I, or with Hilo and Sal and Yriel. Does that sound good?
I wish to speak to these rats. I do not wish to go in that room again.
Okay. So 3 and 3, and we split the party, but maybe Toko can hold on to this orb so we can keep connected.
Sal hands the speaking orb to Toko and says, I would like this back.
Toko
Sounds
says,
very consistent.
Do I get to hold both balls?
You already
Toko.
You already had the largest
work.
rod.
He looks at you with a very straight face. Both balls is a lot of responsibility, but I will do my best. and you see him very gently put the other orb in his pouch.
Well, Yriel still has one of the orbs. Svetlana handed you the Dawn Stone, so you only have one orb.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're okay. It was a good joke, regardless.
When Toko takes
the gem
these,
could be in ball form.
The what?
The gem could be in ball form. We don't know.
Yeah, I would say it's more like, I guess what would the shape be? God, I don't even know what you call it, but kind of like traditional, like, I guess.
Crystalline.
Like a gem.
Yeah, like emerald shape, like a gem, like kind of like rectangular with angled, bits.
Yeah.
When Toko takes the speaking orb, you see some similar red light come from it, and a bit of essentially a picture of what happened when Svetlana grabbed it, but less with the speaking orb. And then it fades away.
Oh.
I thought it was just my connection to core that made it light up, but it appears that it is lighting no matter who you hand it to, Sal?
Well, maybe the two rocks don't like each other.
The person who's holding the Dawn Stone is also the person holding the orb.
Okay, Toko, hand me the Dawn Stone and see what the orb does.
Okay, Funchies, take the orb. Give me the orb. Fine. He goes and puts his hand, and he very gently tries to extract it and gives it to you.
Are you giving me the orb or the Dawn Stone?
The stone. The stone.
Okay. What happens, GM?
The Dawnstone has the same kind of reaction to before as when Svetlana held it. Lot of light, strong warmth. Not burning, but very strong. And the speaking orb that Toko has still has some red and warmth to it.
Okay, so nothing has changed. Okay, I'll give it back to Toko.
I mean, if you'd like me to just meta.
Do you get the feeling
we're exploring? It's fine.
Do you get the feeling that we should move on before something happens that we don't want
Before the next wave hits?
Yeah.
I do.
The GM has already released the Kraken, so
there might be a literal Kraken because he said there was animals down there.
Sal just starts moving towards the galley to start going towards the door.
All right. So let me make sure I got kind of where everyone's going. So some of you are going to the galley. Some of you are going down to the cargo hold, correct?
Galley should be Yriel, Sal, and Hilo, I think. And then the other three are going to the cargo hold, is my understanding.
So Yriel, Sal, Hilo are going to the galley. And then the other three are going to the cargo hold?
Yes, to investigate the rats.
You ready? Everyone ready?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
As ready as we'll ever be.
Basically, yes.
Okay. So I'll maybe frame out kind of like a little bit of what's going on, and then I'd love for anybody who's in either location to kind of feel free to describe and tell me a little bit of what you think that you see as well. I'll start with the galley because it's fairly straightforward. You guys have been there before. So in the galley, we've got entering back into the galley, Yriel, Hilo, and Sal, along with Pazu leading the way, everyone following Pazu as they typically do. The chef is now kind of like, cleaning things up. Seems like he did some sort of prep work for a little bit later on. So perhaps he doesn't need to do any cooking at the moment and is mostly doing, just kind of like, regular maintenance on things like that. There is the storeroom off to the side. That is, I believe, what we've been alluding to before, that where Bogha communicated that she had found that note and that symbol previously. At the very end, where folks were eating before, you see some of the kind of standard crewmen, as well as somebody kind of wearing a long black outfit covering most of their body and most of their skin, sitting at a table together. And just for everyone's overall perspective, because of the various things that have happened, time during this day has now passed, let's say towards midday, mid-afternoon, something like that. So the day is progressing, right? So, we don't have unlimited time, right, on the ship. As you guys have kind of moved about, you've been hit by some other waves. There's been, some lurching, some wobbling, kind of back and forth. And in addition, you hear cracks of thunder and lightning in the far off distance. And the wind is bringing the smell of not just salt in through the portholes of the ship, but also rain. And so you get the feeling that a storm may be afoot. In the cargo hold, 3 of you guys go down the stairs, and that would be Toko, Svetlana, and Bogha. And you enter into what looks to be actually the bottommost part of the ship. You don't see any other stairs going down. And there is just a bunch of stuff all over the place, but you kind of have this momentary thought of like, man, Mateus is not playing around. This is organized. And you see things stacked on top of each other. Most of it, pretty much all of it, is kind of like bolted and tied down and things like that. And so I'll leave it up to the players as, you hear another crack of thunder outside the ship and a brief flash of lightning kind of like comes through the portholes. So it's not raining on the ship yet. There's no storm directly above you, but you definitely feel like one is, coming.
Do we see any rats immediately upon entering the storeroom?
Not a one. Not
hold?
a one.
I didn't think we really had rats, just for the record.
Oh, really? I assumed that they were being honest with us. I see.
No, they said they were worried about rats, not that they had seen them.
Very true. I assume we're communicating this through the orbs.
Tell them we came to negotiate.
What did you say, Bogha?
Maybe they need a job.
Oh, rats! We bring you some food.
Yeah, you don't see any rats down there. You do see some very large boxes down there. One covered with a large cloth as well.
But Bogha's gone to free the ship rats.
They said there was animals down here. Do we see any of those animals, or can we assume that the box covered in the cloth is housing an animal? Like, do we hear, I guess, or smell animals down here?
Oh, you definitely smell something that would smell like an animal.
Okay.
Like, kind of like, I guess I what is the word I'd use? Like musky, kind of like, like a furry.
Like wet dog?
Yeah, like a furry, large animal, but it's covered with cloth. It's pretty big, this box, and it's not moving around or anything, but you kind of just hear like a...
I lift the corner of the sheet, and can I see inside of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Would you like to know what to say? It is a giant bear.
Does it look like the same one that Manus woke up in the woods?
Is this some not subtle revenge for someone being teased about bears for a while?
The bear looks familiar. It's just your gut. Maybe, there's some identifying marks and scars where you think it may have been hit previously. It looks like it wasn't in a fight with the bear because they're like nice and clean. Like it was like, maybe with a short sword or 2 short swords.
Or some sand cat claws.
And sand cat claws.
Svetlana, what do you see?
Bogha, do you remember? I mean, Toko, you wouldn't recall this because you weren't with us quite yet, but when we were in the woods, do you remember that bear that we encountered Hilo made it go to sleep and then Maz woke it up and we had a whole bit about it. Do you remember that?
I do. Why is that relevant?
I think this might be that bear.
Bogha's face drops. And
Who's
she just
that bear?
you see her take a large gulp. You can see the bottom of her large mouth just moving quite dramatically.
But it's in a crate, and it seems so sad for it to be in a crate. I mean, it wasn't doing anything wrong. Oh no.
So you're
lifting
the thing, right? And looking at the cage. So that means you're within like arm distance of the bear.
Yes, I lifted just the corner of the cloth.
It stops breathing, and then you just slowly see one eye open, and its pupil, which is very large because it was sleeping, suddenly goes dilates and it gets like smaller, and it looks like directly at your eyes.
It's okay, bear. And I reach into my pack, and if I have any sort of food, I would put it through the grate if I can.
The bear does not move towards the food and continues to look at you, and you see it. It's in a cage, but it starts to get up off of its lying down position, and as it does, suddenly this odor strikes you of not just animal, but kind of like some dead, rotted animals. And right below the bear, you see some partially eaten and dead rats.
Oh, that's where the rats went. Well, I see you've taken care of a problem there. And I'm sad to see you in here, but I don't think I can release you right now because I think you would probably kill us. But just know that I know you're down here, and I will come back for you.
The bear
put the cloth back down, and I back away.
As you back away, the bear literally swipes at the side of the cage and attempts to scratch you. And I want you to make an agility reaction roll to see if you get away in time.
Oh, that's not great. 7 plus 2, so I get a 9 with fear.
Oh, baby. You go to fall, back from this thing, and as the bear swipes, you're basically moving in sync with it right away. And as you fall backwards, like you just kind of see the claws almost in like slow motion, coming at you. And as that happens, let me get this up. I mean, the bear successfully, goes to make an attack.
Okay.
And I just gotta find.
Would it not be against my evasion at that point, since he's making an attack towards me? I mean, my evasion is 8, so regardless, it doesn't seem like I would avoid it, but just curious.
No, yeah, I was just gonna go because a reaction roll would kind of like, I feel like, supersede that. This is not like combat. I mean, but if you want to try to throw something else in, I'm open to it.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's fine.
All right. Let me see. So I don't really even have anything in there we go. All right. So Sorry, I'm trying to get my dice together. All right, and it takes a slash at you and just kind of nicks you right across the chest, drawing blood and taking 8 damage.
And that is my minor damage threshold. So I would say instead of drawing blood, it actually just rips at my chest armor.
Mm-hmm.
And you see claw marks through it. And it's just kind of frayed at the end. So it was a very close call, but she has taken an armor slot instead of taking any damage.
I see the bear pulls its claws back into the cage, just kind of just generally irritated and ornery, as bears are sometimes.
So Toko watches this. He sees this, right? Oh. I had something where I could jump towards a friend and help.
Oh, I think it's your character, or your Simia ability. I think, Andre. I'm trying to bring it up now. You would get natural climber. You have advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing, and then you get a permanent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I immediately pull up my sword and I climb up the boxes all the way up around to kind of go towards Svetlana. I push her against the box behind her and I smack the cage with my sword just to scare the bear away so it won't do this anymore. I pull my teeth out just to kind of scare him off and just send a message, don't fuck with this one.
I like it. Go ahead and we'll can you make it? Let's just make it an agility roll. That's fine because it's mostly. I mean, there's intimidation in there, but I'd say let's do the agility because you got the +2.
Yep. No advantage, right?
Doesn't it? Wait, does it say you have advantage? Right? It says that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you have advantage. So do the 2d12s, duality dice, and then a d6.
I got a 9.
You got a 9, even with the advantage?
Hold on. Yes, even with the advantage. What's that thing? When you roll your damage dice, damn it. Never mind. Yeah, I got a 9.
Got a 9 total. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's a bear in a cage. I mean, you could certainly do that. You leap over and smack the cage. You see the bear kind of cower back because although it's obviously a large, intimidating bear, it's both caged, and the rattling of the cage and loud sounds do scare other or scare these kind of creatures and things like that. And so definitely successfully intimidate and jump over, smack the bear, try to save Svetlana all in one, and boom. Nice done. I like that. All right. So you guys discovered a bear. And anything else in the cargo hold, and then we'll turn the spotlight after that to the galley.
Thank you, Toko. That was close.
I'm sorry I couldn't stop him from hurting you.
No, he didn't hurt me. He got my armor a little bit, but I think I'll be fine.
Okay. Good.
Should we check some of these doors here? I see that there's a door down here at the bottom of the cargo hold. Do you think we should check it?
Yes.
Okay. She tries to turn the handle and it's locked.
It's very much locked.
Toko, do you happen to know how to pick locks?
Toko shows you his big grubby fingers.
Bogha?
No.
She hollers to the other side of the room.
As Bogha just comes flopping over. What can I do? What can I do? Do you need?
This door is locked. Do you think you could pick it?
I don't see many options of locks, so I guess I pick that one.
There's 2 actually. There's one at the top, and then there's one here at the bottom. But yes, I think if you could pick that one, the one that I am standing at,
that's the one I want.
Be super helpful.
Yes.
Yes.
I picked a lock for you.
All right.
Don't. What? What are you after?
Oh, Bogha. Not pick
Oh.
the lock, but
Well, that I
open
cannot
it.
do. I'm very sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I will try. I can take a little bobby pin out of my hair and say, I've never done this before, but I can try.
Give me would be finesse. Believe it or not, you have the most finesse out of everybody there, Svetlana, by the way, because you don't have negative finesse.
Okay.
So I'm like, you should go for it.
All right. 15 with fear.
Yeah, all right. You put your little bobby pin in there. You're moving it around. You hear like little like things moving, like then you hear a big like click, and your bobby pin snaps off in the lock.
Oh,
And now it's broken, and your hair looks a little bit messy. But the door opens.
Oh, I think I got it open, but they might not be able to use a key in this anymore. And I open it.
Yes, now the lock will clearly be broken for anybody else on the ship.
Okay.
And they'll be able to tell somebody picked it. Or attempted to pick it. Here we go. Let me open it up. There we go. Sorry, it's unlocked.
I go into the room slowly, scanning for anybody.
Okay.
Do I see anything out of the ordinary for a ship?
No. You see actually some of their kind of like bigger tools and like things like that, stuff you'd imagine the people on the ship would be utilizing. You see some kind of rudiment or basic weapons, swords, like things like that, like combat type items. You see some basic, shields. One of the shields actually does look, because you carry a shield, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the shields looks a little nicer. A little bit, a little bit extra, kind of like got a little shine to it. And there's also a chest in front of you.
It's very distinguishable from my shield, correct? Like if I took the shield and put my shield there, they would notice.
I mean,
correct?
yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
believe
it looks
that.
like a nicer shield.
Oh, Toko, come in here. Bogha, I need you.
Toko walks to Svetlana.
Okay, so here's my dilemma. There's a very nice shield here and I want it. But I'm also not the one to steal, so I would give them my shield back. I mean, they're clearly not using it. It's here, just in storage. Do you think it would be okay to put my shield here and take the other one?
Toko says, better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Ask for forgiveness?
Hilo is really glad he's not there to see one of his heroes fall so far.
It's Svetlana. Can I look at your shield quickly?
Yes, and I hand Bogha my shield.
Lovely. Close your eyes.
Svetlana closes her eyes.
Then Bogha waddles up to the shield in the case, takes it off, puts her shield on there, and then waddles back and says, "Open up your hands," and puts the shield on her outturned hands.
Bogha, how did you do this? Svetlana not noticing that he switched it out, or she switched it out.
It's think nothing of it.
Is this magic?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Bogha.
It's special shield magic.
Thank you, Bogha.
It matches your eyes now.
Aww. And you see a little bit of blush come up on Svetlana's cheeks.
And you have acquired a beautiful improved round shield, which is a tier 2 shield as opposed to the tier 1 you had before. Feel free to add that to your inventory and equip.
See, now I expect that kind of thing from Bogha, honestly. So
I didn't know. It was a free shield.
There is also still a chest in front of you. Just FYI.
Not technically stealing if someone steals it for you.
Possession of
Not down
stolen
here,
goods
Hilo.
is a
Yeah.
thing. I'm just going to point
Yeah.
that out for you. Okay, wait. No,
Someone else stealing for you
Sorry.
is 9/10 of the law. I'm pretty sure that's how the saying goes.
Good thing. Like I said, good thing I'm not there to see and be disappointed.
Never meet your heroes, Hilo.
You'd break my heart if I heard that. Toko, you want to take a look at this chest that is down here?
This what?
Chest. There's some sort of chest in front of us.
Is it locked?
It is not.
Toko tries to open the chest very, very gently and carefully.
I feel like nobody trusts me in this campaign. Nobody trusts anything that I'm doing.
Does anybody ever trust the GM though?
That's actually
Nope.
that's true. That's true. I mean, for good reason. Actually, you should not.
Hey now.
Who knows?
You're a rock star. Get your game on.
Get your game on.
Guys,
Toko, could you?
We can't do that. We can't get sued by Smash Mouth. That is the most
Well-
embarrassing way to go out.
Would we get sued by Smash Mouth or also by, what was it, DreamWorks?
Oh,
There's
right.
Shrek.
There's a-
For sure.
If we get taken out by A, Smash Mouth, or B, Shrek, that's the most embarrassing way that we could be taken offline.
unless
Don't unless that.
I
What
think
does
that's
Don't
the hill I'd be
tempt
willing
them.
to die on.
Um,
All the hands of Shrek.
Toko, can you roll some math rocks for me? Could you roll 2d12s?
2d12.
Please.
Let's see. Is it a duality roll? Just
There's no fear or hope attached to it. I just need a number.
Oh, got it. Okay, 2d12s. Let me see.
And for those who are interested, my armor went up by 1. So I now have 6 armor slots instead
Nice.
of 5
Yeah.
because of my improved shield. So thank you, Bogha.
She fancy now.
So I got
Yeah.
12.
You got 12?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. You open up the chest and there is a round, smooth stone that is oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? It's what's the color of like a lot of like insects with kind of like that shifting blues and greens, and there's a name for it, and now it's gonna drive me nuts.
Is it iridescent?
Yes. Thank you. Iridescent type stone, and it just kind of sitting there. It's literally the only thing in the chest on like a nice little like pillow, like almost as though it's like on display.
What is that, Toko?
I have no idea. It looks like a rock. Do you want it? I don't want it.
Does it look like the Dawnstone that we currently have?
No.
Does it look like the orbs that we have?
Nope.
What happens if I get my hand close to it but don't touch it?
Nothing.
Quick question. How big's this chest?
Sorry, on the map it looks like very large. It's not that big of a chest. Like it's like reasonably sized. The stone, let's say, fits in the palm of your hand. Let's say it's like palm sized, but like kind of like oblong. It's not like a sphere.
If Svetlana has some sort of rag or something in her bag, she might use it and then use it to pick up the stone and see if anything happens when she grasps it.
You pick it up, and as you pick it up, you what are you looking at?
Really, I'm looking at the color, the warmth radiating from it, to see if anything changes about its physical state.
Nope.
Or if I hear anything emanating from it.
Nope.
Okay. I put it in my bag.
All right. Please add a glamour stone to your inventory.
I like how Michael was worried about us being freeloaders on the ship and asking if it was okay to eat, but we're just going to go through their cargo and steal stuff.
Yep.
I was going to say, good Lord, we are doing
It's
some
not stealing,
crimes
it's
today.
Like,
reloading.
I was not serious when I said let's be evil today in Discord when we were setting this session up. But
What is
okay.
it called? Glamourstone?
Yes.
I think to meta this a little bit, I think Svetlana is really not trusting the people on the ship anymore. And she is thinking that they're going to do evil things with the items that are here. So by relieving them of these items, she is going to help the bigger cause rather than, give it into the hands of the enemies. That is her thinking, not necessarily my thinking. Then it would be wrong to steal. But that is where she's at.
For those of you listening to this later, stealing is wrong, kids.
No matter the circumstance.
This is the very special episode of the Naturolls where Svetlana falls a little bit off the rails and she learns the high price for her crimes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. That's a very specific reference for those of you who know about the very special episodes of TV.
No.
Anybody out there?
Was that a very special episode of Blossom?
That was Saved by the Bell. The drug episode of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, okay.
That was Jesse.
Yeah, big Saved by the Bell fan, obviously.
I
here.
have no idea what this is.
All right, let me turn the spotlight over to the galley then for a bit, because we've been in the cargo hold for a little time. Actually, so let me say, are the people in the cargo hold kind of like they did that? Do they have any grand moves to go anywhere right now, or did you want me to leave you with, or do you want me just to spotlight over to the galley?
Also, do they tell it? We have speaking orbs. Do they tell anybody about anything that's
you got a speaking orb, bro. You can pick that up anytime you want.
I don't have one.
I'm sorry, you gave it to other people. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your speaking orb.
That was definitely metagaming on my part there. So my apologies.
I guess I assumed that we would be in constant communication. And so anything we say is going to be like reflected back to the other party. But I feel like the people who have the orbs should have the say in how they plan to use them.
Anything we say can and will be used against us.
Exactly.
I mean, we could certainly say too that, you kind of share everything. Yeah, you share everything that happens over the speaking orb up until this point, so the people in the galley would be up to date, and that's also fine.
So we're just standing up there with a live walkie-talkie going, "We stole a shield."
I mean, I assumed it would not be that loud, but yes.
And we're just up there at the top, like, oh no, we're just listening to it's our favorite radio program,
a favorite sending
It's a
stone program.
podcast.
Yeah, it's a favorite radio show, Crime Below Decks.
So I mean, this actually might be worth metaing a little bit just to make sure that we're kind of on the same page then, right? Okay. So I would say the speaking orb to me, and it's your speaking orb, so don't let me just say exactly how it has to work, is I think of it similar to a walkie-talkie, right? But I don't see a simple way. Actually, I would say when you hold it, you basically activate it by kind of like the feeling that you want to speak to the other person, right? It's a magical object. You could easily do that.
Activated by intention.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I would say on top of that it is going to share that at whatever volume that you're speaking at. So if you're screaming into the thing, it's going to be louder. If you're whispering, it's not going to be as loud. Speaking at normal volume, things like that. So I'd imagine that, if you're kind of further off in a room, if you're kind of in a crowd and things are happening, like you could certainly probably hear some of the things that are going on with it. But if you were in the middle of the galley holding some random stone up to your ear, people might have questions about what you're doing with that thing.
No,
and also
ship, to be honest, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. And this is also a world in which if these speaking orbs exist, some people also might know what that is. And some people may also have speaking orbs. And you don't know who those people are. And if people also know how to, I don't know, communicate with them, maybe interfere with them, maybe listen in on other speaking orbs, and maybe that's already been happening the whole time.
Bum, bum, bum.
Did anybody oppose any of those things? Because I don't want to, take anything away from the players.
No, that makes sense to me.
I guess I was envisioning that only the people that were holding it could hear.
Yeah.
So if you don't want,
like it was almost like they were wearing earbuds or whatever.
Yeah,
you
so
didn't have to hold it up to just be magical.
Yeah, if that's what we want it to be, I'm also totally cool with that. I was kind of having fun thinking about it, where I'd be like, magically, what if somebody else could kind of like both interfere or eavesdrop? But I'm also comfortable with saying like, no, they're basically just this.
I do think that the magical interference, like you could eavesdrop on it by magical means, makes sense. What I was thinking is that not just anyone around could hear it. Like, because it's not as loud as a walkie-talkie. It's in your head. Like, it's like
it's telepathic
sort of thing.
So you have to be in contact with the stone to hear it.
Yeah. But
I'm fine with that too.
Magically hear it.
Okay.
But that was my thought, but it doesn't have to be that.
How about this? Then let's meta it and say that it is, I mean, I'm fine with this. I like that, actually. That's really fun. Telepathic communication, when you hold it, you communicate and activate it by intention. You share those back and forth, and you need to communicate that to other people orally, right? Everyone else can't hear it. And then magically, somebody else may be able to kind of either eavesdrop or jump in on that, but it will still be telepathic communication.
Yes.
I like it.
Should probably make a note of this.
I am making a note for me. All right. Then in that case, then whoever's holding the orb could certainly be getting all these things. I mean, assuming that's what the players want, but you guys tell me, then we'll go to the galley area of the ship.
Who do we see around us? Like, as we're at this door to the storage room that Bogha investigated before, who do we see around us that could see us if I open this door right now? Like, if I open the door right now, would somebody notice?
Oh, they might, yeah. So if you look down towards the bottom, there's definitely people at the table. The chef is, over there kind of doing his thing. And I think we kind of established there's like a countertop thing there, right, that you'd be able to get food from. So depending on where he's looking, he's busy right now. So he may or may not notice down at those tables. I mean, they're a little bit further away, so probably not. I don't think that they would notice, but the chef, may notice.
Okay. I'd like to cast Veil of Night and basically make a darkness wall in front of the door so we can attempt to open the door.
Okay.
Only I would be able to see through it.
So Veil of Night is make a spellcast roll and...
Oh my god, please roll well. Ooh, that's actually very good. My best roll of the day so far. That's a 20 with fear.
So you definitely succeed. I'll just take a fear. Keep it simple. Mm-hmm. And so you definitely succeed in casting Veil of Darkness. Now there's obviously now a sudden shroud of darkness over a door where there was not one before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I
I
guess when I say that I'm casting it at the door, it's like past the door. So the three of us, or the four of us, because we have Yriel, Pazu, and Hilo and me. The four of us could be on the other side of the veil, up against the door, so we can open the door and go inside. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So meaning like you put a veil of darkness, so there's a little gap where you all can be to fiddle with the door.
It would be like more like over here, so people would look over and they would just see darkness instead of the door, and we would be on the other side of the darkness trying to get through the door.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be kind of conspicuous? Like they just look over where it's normally well lit, and it's just like
is it
darkness.
More conspicuous than trying to open a door that we're not supposed to open?
I'm just thinking out of my peripheral vision. If I saw something go black, I'd be more likely to look over at it. But I won't
give it a shot.
I'm not there.
As soon as I cast it, I'm going to attempt to open the door.
Okay. Door's locked.
Okay. I would like to pick the lock.
Go ahead and give me, what is it? Finesse?
Okay.
You got a lot of finesse there, buddy. Very slick.
That is, let me add my pick and pull ability because I get free advantage to pick a lock.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 24 with fear.
With fear, all right. I'll just take a, actually, I won't take a fear because I'm going to use it. And you definitely succeed in opening that door. Sorry, unlocking the door, I'll say. Right? Yeah, the door is unlocked. And as you do so, you hear the chef turn around and go, What's that? And, kind of starting to notice the sudden blackness that exists in the hallway that is normally not there.
Okay. I would like to open the door, move inside.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Is anybody else going in too? Because I assume that everyone's kind of behind the darkness right now, but
Yriel wants to attempt to distract the chef cook in the kitchen.
What does that look like?
Making a big gestures. For God's sake, man, the potatoes, they were incredible. Tell me how you did this. I must know your secrets.
Can you give me a presence roll?
Sure. That's 11 with fear.
Did you add your +2?
I did.
Oh God!
Wait! I have a rally die.
Okay, you do have a rally die.
Please roll a 6.
It's a 4. So
16.
No, 15.
Yeah, 15.
15.
15 with fear. Yeah.
The chef does this thing where he sees you kind of jumping up and down, shouting about potatoes, and then kind of looks over back towards the darkness, and then does a back and forth because he can't help but not hear you because you're shouting about these things, and he loves cooking. That's his thing. And he sees the darkness. He goes, "Well, what potatoes?" I'll say, "But what's that over there? How'd that shadow get there?" And now he's dropped all the accents.
Sal's gonna close the door and let the veil of night drop. By the way, as the chef is looking back and forth, so the door is gonna close very quietly, and then the darkness is going to disappear.
What's Yriel doing at the same time?
Yriel's waiting slowly to look where the chef was pointing before being like, "What darkness? You're just trying to distract me. What seasoning did you put on these potatoes?"
Hilo can now be seen, and he does a flourish with his cape and bows.
Yriel is gaslighting.
I don't even want to make you roll for that. That's so good. You don't even need a roll. That's great. The chef's jaw just drops. Absolutely shocked. Monsieur, how did you do that? Looking now over at Hilo.
Yeah. Hilo makes a mysterious hand wave and says, "A performer never reveals the secrets."
Because I've been all around the ocean and over the seas and the many different places, and I've never seen magic quite like that. I'll say, bravo, Monsieur. And then he gives it a little kind of clap, he's actually legitimately surprised. And he turns over to Yriel. He goes, come over here. I'll tell you how I make my potatoes. And then he, gestures her to go back into the kitchen, and he's eagerly he's been wowed. He's just man, because people come on and off the ship regularly, right? So he's actually genuinely impressed. And I would say you narrowly avoided being discovered on that one because you just pretty much cleared the what we need to clear for Yriel not to just blow it right away.
Okay. So Yriel's carefully positioning it there in the galley to keep the chef's back towards the door while they discuss the awesome delight that is potatoes.
Okay. I just want to quick clarify one point. Did we just split the party again?
100%. 100%.
Yes,
you did. You're in a room by yourself. Yriel's in a room by herself, and then Hilo's just chilling in the middle. Yep.
Cool.
Yep,
I just wanted it on the record.
Myself.
That's all.
Hilo's going to kind of quickly, assuming that he didn't lock it behind him.
No, I wouldn't have.
Sneak in and close the door again.
Okay.
So we are inside. What do I see inside this storage room that we just picked our way into?
The biggest things that you notice is it looks like a storage room that would be completely appropriate for a galley. You see like large sacks of flour, like labeled. You see spices. You see a couple of barrels that look like that. You're assuming there's probably more food of some sort in there. There's, some boxes that are like nondescript and kind of just like blank. Some crates that don't have any descriptions on them. And you do see up towards the far end, towards the opposite end of where you're at, some black markings on the ground.
Can I look at the black markings on the ground?
Certainly can. Easy enough, right? It is a symbol that you've seen before. It is that black twisted sun that is slightly that is actually broken because as Bogha had done previously. Actually, I guess I don't know if Bogha shared that, but it is broken. So it's not finished, but it looks similar to that.
Okay. Is there anything in the room that looks out of place for a galley storage room outside of that, other than the symbol? Is there anything that Sal's looking around? He sees food. He sees supplies to make food, all of these things. Is there anything that Sal sees that is like, this shouldn't be here?
Actually, I'll tell you what, give me a roll for that one.
Okay.
Instinct?
God, man, I'm really good at rolling with fear. Holy cow. 18 with fear.
All right. So you look around and you do notice a shiny kind of object off in the corner that you didn't see upon first glance, and the kind of glimmer of it then suddenly just catches your eye. Meanwhile, the chef is starting to kind of wrap up, like, oh, I've got to get back to, work and cooking. And so, I got to start preparing for the evening meal as the day passes on, and starts to kind of, shoo Yriel and, so many words, like not rudely or anything, but like, yes. So, just make sure that, it's, has to be just the olive oil. You've got to get the temperature just right. You've got to cook them for no more than 6 minutes and 37 seconds. And the salt is always first and last. And
Yriel is ostentatiously taking notes to make it like this is very serious, big deal, to keep his attention as long as possible.
And you said I saw something shiny?
Yep.
Can I take it?
Certainly.
Okay.
You just reaching in and going for it? It's kind of like tucked under something. You can't really see it exactly.
Yeah.
You go and reach in, and as you do, you put your hand, and suddenly it goes, you hurt your hand and you feel an injury slice on your finger, and you pull it out and your finger's bleeding.
Okay. Do I have to mark HP for that, or?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Did I get it still, or is it just?
I would say reach back in. Because you hurt your hand. You kind of like, pulled it back. So like.
Can I move things around it so I can see what it is?
It's probably a good idea. It's a good idea.
Can I do that?
Yeah. So you do that, and you notice that it's a sharp, shimmery dagger.
Can I take it by the handle instead this time?
Wise move. You grab it by the handle and you pull it out, and it is distinctly that of the jagged knife. Except
like it's the jagged knife logo, but it's an actual dagger. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
yes. More or less.
Crazy. Okay.
And except this one on the pommel, it has a stone that is deeply kind of like red, and again like rectangular-y shaped, like emerald kind of shaped, like in the pommel.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in my bag and move back to the door and kind of just barely push it open to see if, and then I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait for a moment where the chef is facing away specifically, because I assume I can open the door just enough to kind of see him. I'm going to wait for a moment where I think I can slip out.
I feel like I don't know if I'm doing too many rolls. Please tell me if I am, but I want to roll for that one actually. I want another I don't want a sneak roll.
I was going to say, if you want to make this really complicated, I can just shadow step anywhere on the boat basically. So.
Yeah. Presence roll.
Okay, I'm in. I like rolling dice. So, hey, I rolled with hope for the first time today.
Yay!
Hey, we did it. You said presence?
Yeah.
That puts it at a 14 with hope.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to open it up. His chef is starting to move on to the other things. You see Yriel, like you can kind of tell Yriel's like desperately trying to still like kind of like capture this person's attention and talk to him. And you see an opportunity.
And where do you source your olive oil and salt?
The only good place to get it from is going to be over in Skelf, right outside of the Kingdom of Farum.
Okay, noted. Yeah, yep. Do you buy that in bulk or?
Oh, always. I keep the best olive oil for, smaller applications, usually for, the dressings and the mixtures and the sauces. But the bulk oil is what I use, the second and third pressed for the frying.
Sal, when he gets out there, is going to kind of walk up from behind Yriel and make himself like really known and be like, oh, we're talking olive oil? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I have a few thoughts. First, I would like to say that olive oil from Cogsburg, that's just oil. That's a thing that I've learned. That's oil from a person named Olive. It's a clank. It's a whole thing. You really don't want to get involved when it comes to food. It's really gross. And basically, Sal is just trying to just ramble in order to get the chef's attention so Hilo can get out of the storage room as well.
Okay. And Hilo comes up behind Sal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Comes up behind Sal. How dare you? Her oil is the best in Cogsburg, bar none.
I am going to respectfully disagree with you there because it sticks in your mouth. And believe you me, I'm a ribbit. I know a little bit about sticky. But that's not a thing
about mouthfeel.
You know nothing about mouthfeel.
I'm hold on. I'm not talking about mouthfeel. I'm just talking about sticking and the purpose of oil when you're cooking.
I think Yriel will interrupt and be like, well, if Olive's oil is so good, why is she so skinny? And start guiding the rest of us out of the room like we're having an argument as we depart the chef's.
And Sal kind of linger a second and then be like, wait a minute, and then catch up, like just kind of like adding to to Yriel's flair a little bit there.
Yep. So we're going back down the other way? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
we're going back down to I would assume we're going back down to the crew quarters.
We're just going away from the galley before the chef asks any questions.
So you're going to the crew quarters?
Sal is going to reach into Uriel's pack and just find the speaking orb and go, mission successful, and then put it back in. I can roll for it if you would like me to, but I do have advantage to steal things from people. So
no,
even things that he gave.
Yes,
I'm not worried about that unless somebody else is really feeling strongly about it. As you guys go to exit, you see a person sort of like walking by you, going towards the stairs, but going up instead of down, and says, "Good day, everybody. How's it going?" And then just kind of, pleasant greeting, and continues to walk up and goes to the one of the upper levels of the ship.
Have we seen this person before?
Oh, definitely. He was sitting down at the other end, wearing clothing from, neck to toe.
Oh. Sal wants to follow him.
Wants to follow him? Okay.
Are they going downstairs where we were headed in?
They're going up. They're going upstairs.
They're going up.
So we're sorry, just to be clear, Sal's going up and everybody else is going down.
Split the party.
Yriel and Pazu will stick together and follow Sal, whispering frantically that Svetlana told us to be on the lookout for somebody who had scars.
This is such a bad idea.
Does this person have scars?
Sal, hold on. Before we get to... Sal is very good at staying in the shadows. So Sal is just following surreptitiously. He's not trying to make himself known. He is very much trying to not be known. So I don't know. Just to be clear, he is being as quiet and unnoticed as he can be as he's following. So I know everybody's stressed about splitting the party, but also we're on a boat with a lot of people moving around.
We're on a boat.
Musical episode coming soon.
What, is that a challenge? Because I could be off the boat.
So
His face.
Hilo watches this exchange, sees Sal go all stealthy. I imagine she's kind of squatting towards the ground as she's
or doesn't see Sal go stealthy.
Well, as they go away, mysteriously disappear, squat out of existence as they're following this person forward. Looks at Yriel, kind of gives a shrug and a very theatrical sigh, and waits a moment to follow her.
Okay. And so Sal's going up. Yriel and Hilo then are going...
I think they both said they were following.
Aren't there?
You're both going up?
Yeah. Is it just the one staircase?
Yeah. So let's say there's two staircases. One going up, one going down. Don't, overthink them out.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just making sure it wasn't like we could go around the other side and come up in the same place.
Yeah, sorry. I always kind of thought of it as there's two. I mean, probably there really should be one, but...
No, I mean, that's fine. That, we'll just pause, at the bottom of the staircase for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think my speaking orb buzzed. Is that mine? Is that my orb? I'll hold it up to my ear. Sometimes you just get a call in the middle of a...
Boop, 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 boop.
Well, we did say it could be telepathic, so right? So you just grab it and then you just start thinking your thoughts, right? And then whoever has the other one is going to start to hear it.
I think that's Toko, right? Toko has the other one?
But it's in my pouch. It's not even on...
Oh.
Don't I have to be touching it?
You have Bluetooth in, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking really hard.
It's buzzing in someone's pocket.
I mean, good question.
So,
I mean,
seriously, do I have to be touching it, or...
I can go either way. I think if you have it on your person, if it's telepathic, I think it's reasonable to think that you may be able to receive messages. I would say that's up to the party. I'm not looking to overdo that one. I can work with either one. I would just want to know what it is.
Okay.
Sal does not know because he basically was like, "Ooh, we get to use these," and then handed both of them out. So he has no idea how they work.
Without ever using them.
he just anytime he wants to talk, he just talks into it and then puts it away.
So how do we want to go about this then?
Do you think we want to have to hold it in your hand or just have it on your person?
I think touching it is probably a fair thing.
Limitation.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think so. Otherwise, I feel like you'd have to be touching it.
Okay.
To be fair, I was just trying to give the remaining people here on this deck an excuse to pause before going up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Change the spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will shift some of the other folks over towards where they're going. Actually, I'll move Sal towards the upper decks, I guess, and then leave maybe Yriel and Hilo there for the pause, and then shift to the lower decks and see what they want to do.
Also,
I'm assuming you're being sneaky, by the way.
Sal is attempting to be stealthy, but also he's allowed to go anywhere. So he's just part of his stealth is that he is just being natural, and he's not being pressed up against walls stealthily or anything like that. He is just going around the ship, and he happens to be doing that behind the person who he wants to follow.
This is canonically how I think of Hilo's stealth, because as a clank, there's not a lot of stealth there. So I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, that's fair. It's less like it's less like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas trying to creep through with dramatic arms, and more just kind of being natural in the environment, that sort of thing.
All right. So we're back down in the cargo hold, and what's going on here?
Is there another chest in here? I mean, I see in Roll20 that there's 2, but I wasn't sure if that's...
Yeah, no, really just 1. Sorry, it's just map.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
There's still like some other random weapons. Like I said, most of them are kind of like seem relatively common, other than that beautiful new shield that you picked up. Somebody picked up, who's not you.
Yes, this is just magically imbued like this. I didn't steal anything. Svetlana will exit that room, joining Bogha out in the main. Well, I guess Bogha was in with us. Yeah, I'll go out into the main part of the cargo hold and kind of gesture to everybody else. Did we want to try that other locked door or door that is closed? I don't know if it's locked.
Yeah. Before you even go around the corner, Toko holds you and says, "Careful with the bear." And he tries to sneak in between you and the bear.
I slide like as far away from the cage as I can down this.
He looks at the bear
narrow
and
pathway.
Shows his teeth.
The bear actually fell back asleep. Doesn't even notice.
Okay, good.
It's in a cage. Not much it can do. Are we trying the door?
Yeah, I will try it. It's locked, and I, just in case there's anybody in this one, I'm gonna go ahead and knock and say, "Rat catchers."
You hear nothing.
Okay. I guess. Would I have more than one bobby pin in my hair? Probably not. Is there anything?
I mean, you've got basic
around
supplies.
here?
Like you've got, I mean, feel free.
Okay.
I mean, you're also strong. If you want to try to break it, you're more than welcome.
I feel like that will be more visible, but if I can, I'll kind of look around and see if I can see anything in these items that is, small enough to fit through the lock hole that I could potentially use to pick.
I mean, there's nothing apparent nearby that would certainly be lock picky. I mean, you could certainly see if any of your other companions have anything else, but I mean, there's nothing readily available. And
Toko, Bogha,
there's a big old wave once again smashes the boat up and down. Crack of thunder that is louder than any of the other ones that you've heard before, and the flash of lightning is so close that it catches your eye through the porthole to the one side of the ship, and you see, you're like, that's actually very close.
This is there. Is it me or is that getting worse?
It does
I only
feel
have a sharpening
bad.
stone.
Okay.
Maybe we can use it to sharpen something. But that'll take a long time.
Yeah, that might take a while. I guess I will try to use my brute strength kind of right near where the handle ends, where she suspects the lock would go into the door, to try to like push it through, but not like break the entire door.
Okay.
So she's focusing all of her pressure on that. So obviously it'll look broken upon close inspection, but so that the whole door doesn't shatter.
Yeah, give me a strength roll. I like it.
Are we talking like a crowbar situation?
Well, she'd be leaning into it. Well, that was a 12 with hope. So 12 plus 7, 19 plus her strength, which is plus 3. So 22.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Hope.
And what?
With hope.
Nice. Take a hope if while you're already full up. Tell me how it looks. You succeed, very much so, and I love the description of it. Because you're already large, you're very strong, and it's an average door. It's not like it seems like people particularly barred it or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's not extra reinforced or anything.
Yeah, so there's just that one little part of the lock that extends from the door into the door frame. And so she focuses all of her brute force on that one area, and it just basically pops the lock through the door frame. So it splinters the door frame a little bit, but the actual door itself is still intact. And she kind of stumbles into the room as the door gives way.
Okay, so you're going on in?
Yes.
Excellent.
So there's beds in here, Toko.
Yes, there are.
Do I get the sense that these beds have been slept in recently? Like, are they kind of disheveled?
You definitely get the sense that somebody has been in here, for sure. Somebody's like been sleeping in here, yes. Like it looks like it's a room that somebody has been in. You look towards the far end, and there are a number of books on there. Some of them seem to just be like books, like stories, like The Adventures of, and it just kind of like a fiction tale, like whatever would be like The Wizard of Wendell Manor, and it's that, and then one of them look a bit like more like a journal.
Any of it erotica?
No.
Not to pry too much into this person's personal affairs, I will just lift the cover to look at the inside cover to see if it has a name written in it.
It does.
What does it say? Or can I read it?
Yeah, you can totally read it. It says Virex Ashman.
Okay, I no longer care about this person's privacy, but I immediately open to the last page that is written on it.
Just to the last one. You don't want to browse. Just the last one?
I mean, I may browse in a bit, but I'm more interested in the most recent.
The most recent page you see and start at the top. And as when, a lot of, I don't know, at least when I think some people, they kind of like read things, you'll kind of sort of look at the page itself and take it in. And you see that it's written in like a beautiful kind of like script. But then as the line goes, further down the page, it becomes more jagged and less well written until the final words on the page. It seems like they just kind of like start to fall off where, the very end of it is, not even... finished. And when you actually, start to read the words, you see pieces that say, that I think I may be discovered, that I think that they may be onto me, but that my faith is true. And no matter who they are or what they are, they cannot take that from me. And I will forever be Scorchborn. And I will bring them the light of Core. And then as you see that R, it just kind of like fades kind of like off. Like there something was going to be there, but it just like couldn't quite get it out.
Whew.
Bogha's going to just rifle through some of the other things in the room. Just poke things around.
Does Bogha still have the parchment that they found in the storeroom?
Yes.
Can I see that really quickly, Bogha?
Of course. Bogha just patting herself down, trying to remember where she put it. She pulls it out of the back pocket and it's like, here you go.
Svetlana will take the paper and will place it on the diary and compare the handwriting to see if she can notice notice a similarity there.
Oh, baby, it's exactly the same. Anybody can see it. It's plain as day.
Okay, yes. Toko, can you relay this to the rest of the team that Virex is confirmed Scorchborn and he has a relationship with Core, but there is something different about this man's religion, and we're currently in his room, read his diary, all that stuff. Can you communicate that with them?
Toko takes the stone out of the pouch and looks at it. Looks at you, looks at the stone, kind of rubs it a little bit. Hello?
You don't have to say it out loud, Toko.
Yriel has that awkward moment where she was faking an orb call, and then it started making noise. What? Oh, hello?
Anyone there?
Okay, you can actually say it out loud. We'll
Okay,
just know that it's silent.
Okay. So we found something. I'll let Svetlana tell you, and then I give you the rock.
So I relay this information about Virex and that we found his diary, and we have all this information. I think we probably should get out of this room fairly quickly because we don't know when he's going to come back. And then does your team let us know that you're currently following Virex, or no, you're following the other guy, right? You don't know that it's Virex.
We're following a guy that was strangely fully clothed and, well, okay, strangely covered head to toe. We're not going to be like that.
It's curious how he's wearing clothes, isn't it?
That's a clip right there.
Let's investigate.
Yriel has the orb, but does Yriel know what Sal and Hilo found? Maybe I should just hand it off to Hilo. All I did was talk about potatoes.
Hilo can certainly relay what they found in the thing as they're going behind the people that they're going behind.
Okay.
So remind me what you found, just the dagger, or was there anything else?
Sal found a dagger, a explicitly jagged knife dagger, and the symbol on the floor, which was not complete anymore.
Was the Scorchborn symbol? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the scorchy symbol.
I think, from here we can maybe investigate if there's anything else in this room, but I think we need to try to find Virex. What do you think, Bogha and Toko? Has Bogha found anything of note when they were rifling through?
Oh, no, nothing. Other than kind of like novels, like fiction, stuff like that. The journal, I would say, is probably the biggest kind of like standout. There was nothing other than that. And then, how close you looking? Like, where are you looking?
This is a room with beds, with beds, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be looking under the beds, under the mattresses.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
As you look under the mattress, I'm guessing this is happening probably around the same time as Svetlana's reading the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as Svetlana is reading the journal, Bogha at the same time begins to look under the mattress, and as Bogha face literally starts to sideways land on the floor to look under the mattress, they just see a glow emanate from the floor directly underneath the bed, and then there's that clear Scorchborn symbol once again glowing underneath the bed that Virex, you would assume, is sleeping in.
Bogha makes a very startled cry, ah! He's getting flashbanged.
What is it, Bogha?
My eyes! My eyes!
Your eyes? What happened to your eyes?
Under the bed.
And Svetlana will set the book down and look under the bed.
As Svetlana looks under the bed, flames literally erupt from this symbol and start to scorch the bottom of the bed.
I wonder if they set a trap here to know if we came and looked into this room. I wonder if that is some way of notifying the owner of this bed, which we just learned is Virex. I think we should get out of here. What?
Put out the fire! Don't say what. We're on a boat.
I mean,
Why
You tell me what you do.
Why is there heat? Why is there heat? Feels like I'm a flame.
I just don't. Yes, I guess we should.
Svetlana, you do what Svetlana's going to do. You tell me.
I'm worried that Virex is gonna catch us.
So do you run?
guess...
Do you just kind of run off? Start going upstairs?
Toko, what do we do?
Do we hide? Is there enough room underneath the beds for us to hide?
There's flames, Toko.
Oh shit! Sorry, I got distracted a little bit.
There's flames under the bed.
Toko was admiring the scenery.
Well, let me just make sure I've got the scene right then, just because this may or may not help you. You're both looking under the bed, correct?
Yes, I put down the book for a second. I still have my hand on it, but I'm just kind of crouching down.
Okay, just checking.
My eyes are still I've still got you know how if you look into a bright light, you get like the dark spot in the middle of your vision.
Mm-hmm.
You get that, like the lingering spot. I just got that at the moment from the sigil. It had the bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel anything coming from the book? Like, is it warm at all to the touch?
Yeah.
I take my hand off of it.
As you take your hand off of it, the flames under the bed slightly subside.
Bogha, can you try touching this book really quick? No reason.
Sure. As she reaches her hand out very gingerly and pokes the book. One of her digits.
Svetlana's looking under the bed. Does she notice anything happen?
No.
Okay, Bogha, I think this is going to be your responsibility now to look at this book. When I touch it, somehow it is making that symbol glow and come on fire. So I think if anyone's going to look through this book anymore, I think it needs to be you.
Should we really be carrying this?
I mean, I think it probably has some useful information in it. And to be honest, I think with the flames glowing here, he's going to know that we were in here regardless, or that someone was in here. But I suspect he knows already that it's me. Per our conversation earlier. And, you know, in the book, it says that they suspect me. So they already know that we're suspicious, I think.
Toko says, okay, I have an idea. Leave. Just go. Go. Toko pushes you out of the room.
Okay.
As soon as Svetlana's pushed out of the room, the flames completely subside and the glowing under the bed ceases.
Toko looks back with like his torch on his hand. Looks at Svetlana.
What?
That was not me.
What was
Prince
not
Svetlana,
you?
was that you?
What was me?
The flames went out.
Oh.
What did you do?
I crossed the threshold again.
Mm-hmm.
Did the flames reignite?
You start to see a glow return to the room.
Okay. I exit the room.
The glow goes out.
Okay. Something about my presence here is alerting whoever put the sigil here. I'm worried. I mean, I don't know what it means, but I'm worried that they know that we're here and we need to leave, like, now.
That's good enough. Good enough reason for me.
Okay.
Let's go.
Svetlana hightails it out of there, and as much as she can run up the stairs without looking too guilty, she does. Also, on point of note, I would have closed the doors behind me whenever we were all out, just to avoid, anyone seeing them at first glance and knowing that they had been rifled with.
Okay. So you're going back up to... Where do you want me to put you? Galley, crew, meeting?
I'd assume we were trying to catch up with the rest of the group, so as much as possible, just climbing the stairs to get to them.
Okay, so I'll stick you back in the galley.
Anything stops us.
And in my head, so stop me players, don't let me override you if this is not what you're envisioning, but because we're jumping back and forth, I'm kind of imagining these things happening, sometimes overlapping and at the same time, right? So like,
Yes.
As they pause at the bottom of the stairs, I picture now that that's the moment that you all are like, oh shit, like running back up the stairs, right? I picture that's at the same time that like Sal was kind of doing this, and as these events upstairs were kind of running out, and then if anybody doesn't like that, you know, or would prefer a slightly different narrative, I'm fine with that too. But then that kind of puts for me, most of you kind of at the point where you're now encountering Yriel, Hilo, the whole party except for Sal, who had a bit of a head start, who was following this figure up towards the like upper deck of the ship, like outside.
That seems
Okay.
right
Sounds
to
good to
me.
me, yeah.
Are you guys? So then you
Point and be like, Sal went that way.
so you guys following up? Is Sal doing something else? You tell me.
Sal is keeping up with the person that he's following, but at a safe distance, attempting to see if the person stops to talk, anything like that, to listen in if the person is having a conversation, anything like that. Just
Right
in
now,
general, keeping tabs on the person. Sorry,
Okay.
didn't mean to interrupt. you.
No. So Sal sees this individual right now simply standing on the deck of the ship, you know, greeting, you know, one or two sailors as he kind of goes by, and it seems like now he's just kind of like looking out, you know, to the tumultuous ocean. Sal can now see up top that there is clearly a storm that is going to hit them at any moment. The sea is becoming more choppy and continuing to churn as though angry.
Okay. Sal will keep an eye on the person, like, while under the guise, I guess, of watching the storm. So he'll kind of be watching the person, but also mainly pretending to be watching the storm.
I don't know about everybody else, but Yriel is headed up the stairs, but, you know, trying to make it look like it's normal, casual, going about daily business of being on a ship.
Yeah, I agree. I think we would not obviously be making contact with Sal, knowing that he is trying to be like inconspicuous, and just talking amongst ourselves, like, you know, we're just out for the afternoon, going up deck just to see, you know, what's going on with the storm and check in with the crew, those types of things.
Okay. Is anybody else going up, or are they all kind of?
We open the door to the top deck.
Yeah, I think the goal is we're all heading
and it
up, right?
closes behind
We're
us.
all heading up.
Yes.
The party's back together.
The party is back
What?
together, minus Sal, who is a little bit ahead. But
Yes.
I would
This-
assume we always have eyes.
This is a good
On-
lesson to you that you should always, friends, if you're listening to this show and you're playing Daggerheart for yourself, always split the party. It never goes bad.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
So
Brought to you by splitting the party. Anyway, sorry.
No. So the rest of the party goes up these stairs. I guess I'll move Sal just kind of slightly. You're still being sneaky, but just so there's
Yeah.
room just for folks to, you know.
No, do what you need to
And-
do. I'm not too committed to my
you
position.
go.
Just kind of being on the top deck near this person, attempting to listen if anything is being said.
Nothing is being said. You simply now see this figure gazing out over, again, the coming storm. All six of you are now kind of standing there. And, you know, you see it, you know, approaching. And as the storm begins to get a bit closer, at first you're just like kind of confused because you're just like, is that like fog or like what is that? But then you notice that it appears to be smoke. And then, you know, you immediately have a feeling of panic. Smoke on a ship. It does not get any worse. The day, by the way, has continued to this point where the sun is now starting to retreat and we're going into night. So just as you notice that, all of a sudden, it's just like starting to get like darker as both the sun is going down and getting behind, you know, these large, you know, storm clouds. And then you realize that the smoke is not coming from the ship. The smoke is coming right off the figure.
Which figure?
That's a lot of smoke.
The figure in front of you. The person in the clothing.
The guy we've been
fully
following.
The one
clothed.
that I've been following?
All right.
Yeah.
And we all see this.
Oh, you see it plain as day at this point now. Like at first it was like confusing, but now that you see it, it's like you can't unsee it. You're just like looking at it like it's unnatural and it doesn't, quite make sense. But distinctly, you're like, it looks like there's smoke starting to emanate and kind of come off this person in like a wisp, like directly coming from like kind of like the upper portion of the person's body.
Hilo like points towards the guy and uses his telepathic communication to Svetlana, who he can see, and says he would be best overboard.
I agree. And I take out my axe and how far am I from him? Am I within melee range?
No.
I would either the flare, I guess, will depend on how far away I am from him.
You're definitely not in melee range of him right now.
Am I in very far range? Probably.
Very far range is
Far
basically
or
everywhere on the ship. Right? I mean, the ship's not,
Okay.
It's big, but
Okay.
So yeah, you're within very far range.
Okay. Well, then I will take out my axe and immediately like punch the gas and just like put a shoulder down and charge up to him, attempting to charge him with my axe. So I need to do an agility roll.
Yes, you do.
So 13 plus 2, 15. Actually, can I use the rally die for that?
I mean, you can. I might save it, to be honest.
Okay.
Just.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yep.
tell me what this
So-
charge looks like.
Okay, so as I'm charging through him, I will deal 1d12 physical damage to all targets within melee range. So I'm going to use my hope die. And is that a 1? Yep, that's a 1. I will do 1 damage. Actually, no, can I use the rally die for that? Is it also on damage rolls?
I would save it. You
Okay.
can.
Okay. I deal 1 damage to him.
Okay.
So I get a little bit like close to him and he like takes a step in one direction and my blade just kind of like grazes his shoulder.
So as the blade grazes the shoulder, he doesn't actually move or is alarmed. He just slowly starts to turn around, basically like nothing happened. As this slow turn starts to happen, the smoke continues to emit from him. And at first, like, you think that it's just coming from his clothes, but then where you just sliced him a little bit, his skin starts to split and become ash-like. Other spots on his body start to glow, so like the veins under his skin glow like fire. And then the smoke is now actually coming directly from these now cracks and crevices that emerge from his skin. As he turns out, you see very dark eyes, and he just gives you this look like you're like less than he is. And as he does that, his eyes suddenly burn out, and now they're just like black, glowing kind of like coals. And he gives you a smile that, kind of grins. And at first you think it's like a smile, and then it kind of turns into like a grimace of like pain going throughout his body. And then it returns to sort of like, again, a smile of almost him like enjoying the, like pleasure almost of what's happening. And then as that happens, you actually hear him start to talk to you. And he looks directly at you, Svetlana. He says, "Now you see it. This is the gift you gave me. You let me die, and you brought me back. And I don't even think you remember what you did."
I'm like, do we
I
even
do
recognize
not.
this guy?
Do I recognize him?
So, as he says this, you have no recognition. And then suddenly,
Wait.
Oh gosh.
like
Is
a
this-
wave. Oh, no, don't do it. No, just wait.
I'm not going to do it, but is this who I think it's going to be?
Yep. You get a remembrance of when the group had just gotten together. You had encountered a bandit in the woods. Multiple bandits, in fact. You murdered both bandits who just tried to talk to you in basically like cold blood.
wait. To be fair, they tried to stab me before we tried to murder them.
Okay, fine. And as one was there, dead, you put your mending hands on this person and brought him back to life and told him to go forth with the light of Kor and to live a good life. And oh, did he get the light of Kor. And he has been ready to use it since then for the gift that you gave him.
I just got goosebumps.
Ay.
Well,
I started a cult, guys.
Holy crap. What?
we done did it.
That's
It
a
only
good
took 30
twist, teacher.
episodes.
That is so good. Oh,
Yeah,
but also
good
so bad.
Oh, and by the way, as he does this, you suddenly see smoke start to emanate from different parts of the ship around you, and as that happens, you just notice, I don't know, some stuff start to kind of pop up, and literally just beings of straight flame and light start to emerge on the deck of the ship around you.